just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of A Bloke in a Bar. It's a Tuesday show. We haven't named it yet. Maybe we'll eventually name it. But this week, it's the trade show. It's the transfer show. I don't know why I said trade show. We never say that. I never say that. It's the transfer show. It's November 1, coming up very, very soon. A certain sign, like a lot of signings have happened, all that good stuff. We're going to go through each position and kind of say, you know, who's the biggest and all that kind of stuff. Brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. Turn that frown upside down. If you look like this in the morning, you look like that, I have the remedy for you. It's Grumpy Coffee. Get your Grumpy Coffee from grumpycoffee.com.au. 85 cupping rating, guys. So this is a premium coffee. So, like, you know, you might go, oh, I'll get some instant coffee or whatever. And granted, if you don't have a coffee machine, you can't use the beans or whatever. But let's just, the difference. Like, you've got your run-of-the-mill coffee that is like, just get it down, me son. I just need some energy. And then you pay a little bit more, but it is substantially better. It's substantially better. Premium coffee. Any issues, guys? Any issues? If you order some Grumpy Coffee, shoot customer service a message. We will take care of you guys. You know, matter of fact, some of our reviews are from people that are just stoked with the customer service. If you do drink Grumpy Coffee, go to grumpycoffee.com.au. Leave us a review. Let us know what you think. We're always taking feedback. I think we've got over 500 reviews, most of them 5 stars. So thank you so much for that. But grab your Grumpy Coffee. But I'm here with Matty. First of all, how you going, Matty?
I'm good. I tell you why I'm good, and this is kind of on theme with this show. It seems like South and Fifita deal is about to get signed, which is I never thought I really wanted Fifita that much, but once it kind of started happening, I'm like, man, we could use Fifita.
Oh, man.
But then I'm worried, he backflipped on the Roosters, and the contract isn't signed yet, so I don't want to get my hopes up. But it looks like it's happening.
Well, what I will say with the Fifita thing, and this is the tough thing with players, and this isn't just a little thing, but when you see them play poorly or something's not going right or whatever, you're not aware of what's happening in their personal life. And last year with Fifita, he had a family tragedy essentially. And so when stuff like this happens, you can, your footy can suffer, and he's a young man. I think that now he's hopefully, healed as much as he can, obviously. I think he's going to be great. I really do. You're not paying over $1 million for him. You probably got him for a good deal.
Well, the key part of the article I read was the very, very last sentence when it said Titans are paying $500K of it, which I think that might be over 2 years, but still, that's a huge chunk of the salary cap to not be paying. So
get Fifita for essentially $300K, you reckon?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
That honestly might be the buy ever.
Even if it's like 400, 450, because I was like, as long as it's a good price, and then we can upgrade him if he performs. But even if it is 450 and he's getting 650, or 700, I'm taking that.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. So yeah, his father passed away, and so as I said, there's been a lot of negative chat around David, and I don't think David would ever mind critique of his form, but this is sometimes why in life, your footy might suffer, or your off-field stuff is not going right or whatever. And so these players are human beings. So I think that the last year for Fifita has probably been, I can't even imagine how tough it's been. And I think that he'll bounce back from it. I really do.
It really is easy to forget. Mate,
I do it.
Footy players.
I played footy and I do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I understand why fans do it as well. But the thing with this is not many people actually know this. It hasn't been spread across the media or whatever. So I think that he'll be as healed as possible you can be. I don't think you ever heal from that. But I think that he'll be in much better headspace, hopefully, coming to the Rabbitohs if he does. All right, let's just talk about it, though. Titans agreed to essentially pay $400 to $500K. The Rabbitohs are going to pay, let's just say $300 or $400K. I think this is an incredible signing for the Rabbitohs. Really, right now, the only question for me at the Rabbitohs is, if Humphries can stand up and be the 7, sweet, totally sweet. But it really is a rookie in 7 that we've got to wait and see how he goes. You got Bud Sullivan there as well. But that's really the only question you have at your roster. Every other position, including essentially everyone on the bench, it's all sorted. It is all sorted. How do you feel about the signing?
I feel great. I feel great. I do think everything's sorted. I still feel like there's a lot of moving parts. The reports are that Jai Gray's going to be fullback to start the year. Latrell at centre. I like that. I definitely like that. Reports that Humphries spoke to you the other day.
Yeah.
He said on the show, and it made so much sense. It's just things I don't even think about, that he and Cody barely even trained together because they were both at one point. At least one of them was injured. Of course they're not going to, flourish in that 1 year. So a whole preseason with Humphries at 7, I'm all for that. But to get Fifita, I don't even know what position he's going to play, to be honest.
I'll bring him on through the middle, bro. I reckon you start with, let's go through. Okay, so Fifita comes to the club.
Yep.
Where do you play him? I reckon you start Tallis Duncan on one edge for sure.
Yep.
Young rookie, boom rookie, was so good last year. I would probably Ewan Aiken on the other edge, potentially. Now, whether it's Ewan Aiken or Fifita, the only thing I would say with Ewan Aiken is like he's more of a big minute player. Like he'll get through his work. He's really good defensively. And I just reckon as long as like Fifita is happy and, ready to play good footy, I reckon he'd enjoy more coming on for 30 minutes a game, 30, 40 minutes a game, and just saying, mate, don't, like, obviously, when you have to make your tackles, but don't conserve energy. Don't worry about all the nitty gritty stuff. We just want you to go being a wrecking ball. That's how I'd use him.
I agree, especially because we've got big minute front rows anyway. Like Keon can play a big minutes. Jairo can play big minutes.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't need to come on for 40 minutes. He can come on for 20, 30 minutes and just cause absolute chaos. And you're right, like, Ewan Aiken is an 80-minute edge. Tallis Duncan is an 80-minute edge. Well, Jairo, Keon, and Fifita can all play edge. If there's an injury there, it's sweet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts, but they're so well covered, South.
Yeah. And, like, people will go, but, when he's on, he's literally the best edge in the competition. But I would argue, like, because I've been a big proponent of moving Fifita into the middle for quite a while now. I think I said him like 2 or 3 years ago, I think, bring him in the middle. A bit of pushback there. But the thing with that is, like, if he comes on for, look, starting in the middle, maybe not. But if he comes on for, let's just say 30 to 40 minutes, you can get him on the edge.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have, like, it's not illegal for him to go out on the edge. Bring Aiken in for a couple of sets and then set some plays up for him.
Look at Para with Jack Williams. Like, he was moving left, right, middle all game, all year.
And also, like, even if he doesn't move there per se in the game, you can still have sets where that's where he is located for that set.
Yeah.
Like, you could have, okay, we've got an attacking set, let's call it Dave. It's it's 2 to the post, and then we're going to be hitting Dave on a short ball on the half, on tackle 3 or 4. Like, you can still do that. And so I reckon he'd enjoy it more. I reckon the impact he would have, even if you did like 2. I know you'd be wasting his stage, but let's say you did 2 20-minute stints. Like, mate, the impact he would have on games if he's locked in would be, honestly, probably the most impact of any player in the competition. Dave Fifita at his best is one of the best players in the competition.
Definitely. Like, 2 stints, back into both halves. Like,
bro. Like,
if you may, especially if, I don't know where Cheese is going to play. I assume he's going to start on the bench. Like,
and you've got Cheese too.
Cheese and Fifita coming off the bench, 20 minutes in.
Oh, fuck.
It's so dangerous.
It's so dangerous. Like, that is one of the craziest 1-2 punches you've ever seen. Like, Harry Grant and Cheese is probably one of the best 1-2 punches I've seen. Like, just the way they did it was so incredible. At least in recent years, like the last 4 years, 5 years or whatever. But David Fifita and Cheese, like, just going skits through the middle, like, bro, like, how do you stop it? You can't.
Yeah.
You can't stop it.
Yeah.
Then you've got Cody Walker off the back of that, just, so, yeah, Rabbitohs they are set for next year. Just, I hope if Humphreys can just come in, make his tackles and kick them around the park, they are set.
Yep.
Now, in regards to, so Moali would go to Manly this year, which they are desperate for.
Yep.
This would explain why they haven't gone into the market. If I'm being fair dinkum, I still think they need to go into the market for some other front rowers. Unless there are some Manly fans that are aware that there's other young guys coming through that aren't in the top 30. But I would be much more comfortable if they had 1 or 2 more out-and-out front rowers in that squad. But I will say, Moali arriving immediately definitely softens the blow. Definitely softens the blow.
It does. They're still going to lose Nathan Brown and, like...
I know, but it softens the blow.
It does.
It's still not great. I think we both agree. It's still not great, the roster, when it comes to front rower balance, but it definitely softens the blow.
It definitely softens the blow. I'll admit that. But if Moali stayed at South this year, he probably wouldn't have made the 17. He might have squeezed in the 17 if Fifita came, right?
Yep.
And what, Moali's going to solve Manly's problems?
That's fair.
That's fair. Like, he's a good player and he's a great signing.
Yeah.
He is an unbelievable signing for Manly. He's exactly what they need.
Yeah.
But you can't just rely on just him.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, like, surely trade an outside back for him. Fuck.
I know.
But maybe, you know what, maybe the trade couldn't happen. Maybe the Tigers were like, no, we don't need an outside back. We need... Because it's the Tigers they're trading with?
Tigers, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's another trade that's happening in all this.
There was a Jack Bird thing that was floated.
I think there's another one that was happening in all this. But anyway, regardless, I think it's a great signing. I can't wait to see Fifita. As I said, what a tough year for him last year. you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. So hopefully he's feeling better mentally. Hopefully get under Wayne, get in, just lock in. Because at the moment, the Rabbitohs, as long as they can stay injury-free, which is a freaking gigantic if.
Yeah, massive.
Like, that side, on paper, is unbelievable, bro. Like, you genuinely might walk out with Trell and Jack Whiten in your centres, with Campbell Graham on one edge, on one wing. Campbell Graham not even playing his preferred position. That's how good stacked the side is.
Yeah.
And then Alex Johnson probably on the other wing. And then Jai Gray at fullback. And then your front row is going to be Jai Arrow, Keon, with Murray at 13, an edge of Tallis Duncan Aiken or Tallis Duncan Fifita.
And that's not even starting with the bench yet.
Yeah. Then you've got Cheese on the bench, Fifita on the bench, Totola on the bench.
Yep.
And then 17.
I mean, you can take your pick. Like,
who would you put there?
Who would I put there? Probably another front rower. Probably, because we don't need another back rower. So maybe like Kepi or someone.
I mean, you could almost go with an outside back.
Honestly, you could.
Because Cheese is in front row.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry. Fucking
Hubner. I forgot about Hubner.
But I think you probably need a hooker. Oh, Cheese can play hooker. But so I'm thinking of bringing on Cheese as a front rower. Probably a hooker? Probably a hooker.
Yeah, maybe. Because, I actually don't know who the hooker's going to be because we've obviously got Mamazelos. Yeah. Bronson Garlick's coming from Melbourne, so they'll be fighting us. So, maybe it will be Bronson Garlick. So
you have Garlic, Cheese, Fifita, and Totola.
And I know Kepi and Hubner are world beaters. I think Hubner's got a huge future, but they don't even make the team.
Yeah. And Kepi, when he's on, he's a bloody good front rower.
Yeah, he finished here pretty good.
Yeah. Great stuff for the Rabbitohs. If they can land him for $400K a year for 2 years, oh my God, what a deal. What a deal. I just want to reiterate, and I know most fans listening, rugby league fans listening would know this, but yes, it's been a tough year for Fifita, but the year before that, he was outstanding outside foreign. And the year before that, he scored 17 tries in a year. So there's at least been 2 years recent-ish
unbelievable years,
where he's been great. He's 25, bro.
Yeah. You've
basically got on his day one of the most destructive forwards in the competition, if not the most destructive forward in the competitions. At 25 years old for $400K a year, it is an incredible deal.
Under Wayne Bennett.
Wayne Bennett, it is an amazing deal. So I'm stoked for Fifita. I'm stoked for the Rabbitohs. If it all goes through, hopefully. If it doesn't, that'd be Devo. Brought to you by Alontel Internet. The internet of the future, guys. You only pay for what you use. So if you've got the normal speeds for normal everyday stuff, or you want to download something, boom, you crank it up. You download stuff in super, super fast. Like the speed I've got, which is the fastest, the crank it speed. When I download 70 gigs, it is 4 minutes. And there's so many games coming out. But it's not just that. Watching in 4K. If you've got multiple kids, you're watching in 4K in one room. Your wife's in another room watching 4K. Your kids playing video games or whatever. It's really, really good for that too. Because the good thing about Lontel, so other internet, providers, they say, okay, up to these speeds. And essentially what they mean is this, is that, okay, if no one else is using our service, you'll get this speed. But why Lontel is a premium internet service is they pay more for the usage of the national broadband. And so basically, other internets at 6 o'clock at night, it tends to slow down. You know why? Because that's peak hour. Imagine it like a highway. At 6 o'clock at night, there's a million people and there's traffic. So that's why it's a little bit slower. So what Lontel do is go, we'll pay extra so that there's, the 1,000 lanes. So you're never in traffic. And that's why they're always high speeds, premium internet. So go to lontel.net.au/bloke. Any issues, they've won customer service 5 years in a row. Give them a call. I promise you, they're the best in the biz. Me and Matty, before we even had a partnership, we were blown away by these guys. They are seriously the best in the biz. So massive thank you for Lontel for partnering with the podcast. I got so many games I'm going to play this weekend. I cannot wait. Honestly, right now, life is so great because I've got enough time to play games, but then I get my couple of games of footy each week. So you still get the footy, but you've got time to do other stuff as well. Okay, it is time to get into some transfer chat. I mean, that was transfer chat, but more transfer chat brought to you by Code Sports, guys. Go to codesports.com.au/bloke. Use code bloke for your discount. Support people that support us, guys. Massive, massive thank you to Code Sports for partnering with the show. It's really, really important to us to have these partners because, I've spoken about this before, but I remember when I was a player, sponsors obviously appreciative and always would speak to whatever, but until you own a business, and you would be shocked at how expensive it is to run something like this, paying all the talent, paying for the studio and like just all the different things you got to pay for. So seriously, without the partners, guys, we genuinely wouldn't exist. So massive thank you. Okay, we'll start at fullback. Players off contract at the end of 26, which means they can talk November 1. Right now, you've got Campbell, Tom Chester, Cade Dykes, Trey Fuller, Jai Gray, Asako, Kennedy, Laulili. Luke Laulili, isn't he a centre?
Yeah, but he's kind of in both.
Okay, fair. Heath Mason, Nick Meaney, Sean Russell, Tyrell Sloan, James Tedesco, Connor Tracy, Tom Trbojevic, Tane Tuapiki. I will say, like, if you're a fringe fullback right now, not a good time because there are still... Tom Trbojevic literally just signed, sorry guys, extended for 27. We'll talk about that then. He just signed, extended to 27. Look, great news for Manly. Great news. And, we all know how much Manly love Tommy. And look, geez, I've got respect for Tommy. Like, he has not been treated well. And for him to still go, you know what, I'll give it just one more crack. So much respect for Tommy. It just shows you that he loves that club nearly more than anything. I will say the 1 year extension is super interesting because, when do you see a beloved club legend still in his prime essentially, so it's not like he's 35 or whatever, sign 1 year extensions? It would suggest to me that although the relationship is good, it's not great. It's a very much, okay, we'll see how this goes. Because there is not a world where a fully fit Tommy Turbo, where everything's sweet, he signs a 1 year extension with a club. The key thing that I think that maybe some people may not have connected, and maybe I'm connecting dots that shouldn't be connected, it's the Kieran Foran signing. I reckon that lines up. So Kieran Foran signed a 2 year deal. He'll be at the club 26 to 27. I reckon there's a chance Foz has had a chat to Tommy and been like, just give me an opportunity. I'm in the coaching staff now. It's a relatively, it's got a bit of authority. Who knows what could happen next with Foz. I'm going to help make the club a better place. And I think that those two things line up for me, where I reckon Foz is a big reason why he signed a 1 year extension just to see where the club will be at in 2 years.
Yeah, I didn't initially connect those dots, but it makes a lot of sense because we all know how much Tom Trbojevic loves the club, right? So it wouldn't have taken a great deal for him to get over the line, but this is a huge deal. Like this is something like, his former teammate coming back. So yeah, it makes total sense. The interesting thing I think is that 6 weeks ago, there was apparently a 3 year deal or 28 or something. And now I feel like Manly have kind of won this, which is weird. I find that weird. When it comes to, in terms of like just the years.
Yeah, I think so for sure. I think that Manly have got what they wanted.
Yeah.
Which was... Let's just we don't want to upset anyone, but, we've given ourselves heaps of leeway in the salary cap after 28.
It's such a unique situation.
This is why they play these games.
Yeah.
Because they got what they wanted. No one's going to, the wider audience is not going to remember how this all played out. So, look, I guess from a ruthless business perspective, well done to Manly. Take the ethics, morals, all that kind of stuff out, people owing this, that, or whatever. I guess it's a win for Manly. It is. They've got Tom Trbojevic for another year. If he goes and rips, here's your massive contract. If he doesn't, we're sweet to open ourselves up to other people. But yeah, it doesn't taste great.
No, exactly. It doesn't pass a pub test for me.
Yeah. Like a star like Turbo only signing 1 year extension, like that is But anyway, look, it's happened. Regardless of, whether things are perfect and, all rosy, he's re-signed again. So they're good enough for him to be at the club, which is a good sign for Manly. That's a good sign for Manly.
I think we'll be speaking about it next year, though.
Yeah, it's gonna, especially if he rips this year and doesn't get injured, that's where Manly may have lost this. Because they're both taking a risk to a degree. Because if he rips this year and plays every game, it won't be a $750K 3 year deal.
No.
It'll be a $1.2 million or go and beat it.
Well, it'll be $2 million from P&G.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
right now, Manly probably won the back and forth.
True, yeah.
With history, we know. However, if he rips and stays on the field this year, they're going to be sitting there going,
yeah.
We should have taken the 2 or 3 year extension at $700K. But we'll wait and see. Okay, other fullbacks. Look, I got interesting. Tom Chester. I'm so intrigued by the Cowboys. Like Purdue was, he's obviously off contract. He's essentially a fullback as well. But they let Duffy go. Cowboys fans in the comments section, let me know what your look, I'm not like angry at the Cowboys for doing it. I'm just trying to get the thought process. You got a young 7 that at the start of the year was the best, and I know there was injuries or whatever, but he was so good, he was starting number 7 at your club. Like, I'm sure at that stage you probably could have had Dearden at 7 and brought Purdue into 6 or whatever. I'm sure there was a 6 at the club that if you needed to, you could have moved in there and moved Dearden to 7, but you didn't. You went Duffy at 7. And now Chester, also a spine player on the market. Like, I know squads really well, but I don't know like the depth of the depth. Is there someone coming through right now that it's okay that they've let these players go? Because you want 4 or 5 halves in your top 30. And I think of, do we have the Cowboys top 30 here by any chance?
Oh, I can.
Can you just get it up? I just want to know how many halves they've got for 2026 and 7. Because like it's 6 and 7, you probably need 4 or 5. And like right now, Duffy's left. Chester's on the market. I know he's a 1, but Purdue I don't think he's ready to be an out-and-out 6, but you could argue him. But you got Dearden, Purdue. You got
Clifford's still there.
And so yeah, the Duffy one, for the lack of 7s in the competition, for how hard it is to get a good 7, you've got a guy that's young, plenty more years to get better at what he does. He's gone from round 1 selected, where the whole team started poorly, to not even at the club. And granted, if it was Duffy, like if Cowboys tried to keep him and Duffy was the one that left, then fair enough. But yeah, super interesting, super interesting at the moment with the Cowboys, because they're gonna need to find someone to partner Dearden, and also they're gonna need depth at fullback. Now, if they've got Purdue partnering Dearden at 6 and Drinky goes down, who's going to be the fullback?
So I'm looking at the squad, and like Cowboys fans can comment, because obviously there's names that I don't know, but like as far as established people that I'm aware of, there's no one that you haven't really mentioned yet.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure there is people.
There
coming
probably
through.
is, but I'd love to know Cowboys fans' thoughts on the Duffy situation, thoughts on the Purdue situation. We've already spoken about that quite a bit. I just think they need to bite the bullet. Even if they don't play him at 6, they need to pay him 6 money, I think. They just can't lose him. They can't lose Purdue.
I agree. Again, like I remember 2 weeks ago, I was like, no, like play him at centre, like let him. But now that all this has happened, they got to keep him.
Well, the way I look at it like this, and I know Peyton is essentially coaching for his job, so it's very easy for me to say this, but they're not going to win a comp next year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, could they push for a top? Like the roster's still great; it's still a good roster. So could they push for some big finishes or whatever? Yeah, I think so. Like stranger things have happened in regards to winning a comp, like with teams. So maybe they could, but I just think that if I was to put money on it, I don't think that they can win the comp next year. So when I look at the trajectory of how good Purdue is, are you willing to cop a down year just to, like, even though he may not be ready for 6, just to keep the bloke?
Yeah.
I think it's worth the trade-off.
I think you have to.
Yeah. Because we look at, like, very rarely does a guy come around like and look as good as Purdue in a key position. Now, it doesn't mean he's guaranteed to be a gun, but sometimes you just got to take that risk.
I think
got to take that risk.
Yeah. There's a guy called Zach Herdigan who I think he's being upgraded next year. He's maybe still in development, but he's a 5/8. But otherwise, I've had a quick look. That's all I can find.
Okay. Now, a big one. It is Jaden Campbell.
Yes.
Kind of flown under the radar a little bit. Obviously, Titans, not the biggest club. Mate, I'm such a fan of Campbell. Like, I think he is freaking unbelievable.
I think it was underrated how good the back half of this year was for him. He was
tearing teams apart nearly single-handedly.
Well, yeah, he was incredible.
Yeah.
I do you like the Titans' odds of keeping him?
I don't. I don't think they will, because he's going to get offered a huge wicket by Perth probably.
What do you reckon his best position is?
Fullback.
It says fullback here, but like he's carving up in the halves last year.
He was, and it's also like, we always talk about giving players time or whatever. Like, could he turn into a gun 7? Like, we've already seen he can.
Well, yeah, literally. He did it back in this year.
It's just a matter of, getting the defense a little bit better and then building on that. So, yeah, he could be a 7 for sure.
I just think that, and I am basing this off absolutely nothing, but because his dad was the first signing at the Titans, I reckon, like, maybe he wants to be the first signing at a new club.
Okay, I don't mind that.
Because, like, you could actually argue the opposite. Maybe he wants to stay at the Titans because of that, but I don't know, maybe, his dad did it, so maybe he wants to do it. I know his dad was a Dally M player by that point, but still.
Well, I mean, the tough thing is that, like, the Titans have been so poorly managed recently that I don't think anyone has that much of a connection to it. Like, as in players. Like, I don't think, like, it's been so up and down that, like, I think the players are almost like, they don't feel like they owe the club anything right now because it hasn't been run that well to a degree. Like, for example, do you think during the Tigers' tough times, do you think any player felt like they owed, any gun players felt like they owed the Tigers anything? No, that's they're going, this has been run so poorly. Like, fuck. I'm just trying to look at his like back end of his years, but it's really hard to get like statistically, like if you're just looking at stats, it was his best year of his career.
Yeah.
Best year of his career.
I know you can't go off Supercoach, but his Supercoach scores at the back end of the year were off the charts.
Yeah, crazy. Like at 7 for most of the year, he nearly ran for the most meters he's run in bloody. Like he ran for 110 meters average at a 7. Okay. Had the most missed tackles, but obviously understandably. But he still had, funnily enough, his tackle percentage was still the second best he's ever had, which you know what? It's probably it's the best he's ever had because it's the most tackles he's ever made, and it's close to his best year, which is 85%. So defensively, like really not bad. Line breaks, he nearly had a record amount of line breaks for himself. So 2 years ago he had 11, but this year he had 10. Try assists, he had 9. Just looking at the kicking meters. Obviously,
7 of those line breaks came in the last few weeks.
Yeah,
or 8 weeks. Like he just finished the year with a bang, and not to mention he's the 7 of a team that's gone pretty poorly. Like they were sitting in last, and he was still absolutely carving up. So yeah, he's in huge danger.
Well, he was carving up, and they only won 2 games in the last like freaking 10 or something as well. So he's carving in like, I'm just looking. Yeah, so in the last from round 21 to 27, he had 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so he had seven line breaks. So essentially 1 line break a game in 6 games. 7 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so a line break a game. Tackle breaks. This is his tackle breaks from round 21. 4, 11, 7, 4, 3, 7, 10.
He hit double-figure tackle breaks twice in the last few weeks. That's crazy. He's just one of the smallest players in the comp. And again, this team wasn't running downhill.
Yeah.
This team was pretty poor.
And I know defense isn't all just about missed tackles. It's more about reads. But like defensively, even like this is his last 7 games. 13-4, which is not good enough. 20-1 against Panthers, which is great. 20-3, good. 30-4, good. 22-3, good. 16-5. You could drop that to 3, it'd be good, but not great. And then 15-2. So not bad. Not bad. So listen, I think I like him for the new club because of his versatility. Like if you sign him for I'll just say like 800 or 900K, let's say, you land a rookie 7 that explodes, you can move him to fullback. You know what I mean? Like you can definitely play him 6, 7 or fullback. So I think that he's now, is there what about like Bulldogs or something?
Yeah, I know. That's frightening.
Like what if the Bulldogs give him 600K?
Yeah.
Like I know Campbell's probably in the time of his career where he wants to take the big contract, big pay, so we'll probably see that happen, which I get, make your money. But if he's all about winning premierships, the doggy's off him 500K or 600K, like that's a premiership winning spine.
Definitely.
Now. Like he is that frigging good. Imagine him with those quick play the balls.
I think a lot of these players, teams should be worried about the Bulldogs because, again, you're right. Like they don't need heaps and heaps of dollars to drag some of these guys over the line.
Yep. Some other guys, Will Kennedy, I think he extended 1 year.
Yeah, but it was just for this year.
Oh, so he's still available?
Yeah.
I think that's evidence that the Cronulla Sharks are looking for someone on 27, like a Pappy or a...
Yeah.
I reckon, which sucks for Kennedy because he's actually good this year. He was
good. Or maybe they've also got Liam Myson coming through. I know we didn't hear much about him this year because he's done his ACL, but they do have someone coming through. Yeah.
Tane Tuapiki, interesting. Nick Meaney, interesting. I think he'll stay at the Storm forever, to be honest.
I think so, yeah.
Or then go to the Super League. Jai Gray, super interesting Jai Gray with the whole rugby situation. That's super interesting. Apparently with the Rugby 360, it's almost going to be a little bit like the F1 where like they take all the players to one area, do a 2-week preseason with them, then you get released to your organizations, then do the rest of the 5 weeks or whatever with them. Essentially, it's to my understanding going to be a little bit like F1, which is if they can get it off the ground, like that does sound exciting.
That sounds fun as.
That's what I mean. It sounds fun. Like it actually sounds similar to my idea of the NRL taking over junior development, where you're essentially signed to the NRL and then get released to certain clubs or whatever. So yeah, interesting there. Teddy, look, he'll be a Rooster forever. Connor Tracy's an interesting one.
Yeah, again, Bulldogs watch, I guess. If I'm the Doggies, I'm still trying to keep him, but I think he's pretty much proven that he can be a fullback.
Yeah.
Like they had Will Kennedy over Connor Tracy. Like who would you take? It's a tough one. It is tough.
I'd probably take Kennedy. I'd take Kennedy. It's a tough one though, like because I felt Connor Tracy back end of the year probably struggled a little bit, but before that he was killing it run meters.
Yeah.
But Kennedy's pretty silky. Like I think his ball playing is good. I know some people don't. I'm shocked that some people don't think. I think his ball playing is really good.
Look at the prelim. That in and away and then cut out pass he did against Melbourne.
Yeah. Outside of that, yeah, we're all pretty. Trey Fuller's an interesting one. It doesn't seem like he'll ever leave.
Nah, it seems like he likes the sun. He goes too much.
This transfer show is brought to you by Aspley Mazda, guys. Look, I brought my missus a Mazda. I got a Mazda. They're the best in the business, Aspley Mazda. They've been so good to deal with. Now, Lukey, LDC_01, give him a follow, but he's got partnerships with Jai Pattaya. He takes care of Jai Pattaya, Katoa from the Dolphins, and Tonga. Alex Glenn, Jarrell Yaoyi, myself, a bunch of other boxers. He's the best in the business, guys. Give him a follow. Even if you're not going to buy a car from him, but you're just thinking about it. Like before I bought my car, I went on YouTube and literally, I reckon I watched 1,000 documentaries. 1,000. Whereas if I had Luke to be able to speak to make my decision, it would have been so much easier because he obviously knows about cars. And he's really good. He's not the kind of guy that's like, oh, you got to get it from me. He's the kind of guy, he just wants to help you. Best service you could ever ask for. So even if you're just in the market for a car and you just want a bit of advice, give Lukey, give him a follow and give him a message on Instagram. He'll help you. Absolute legend. Thank you to Aspley Mazda for partnering with the show. Okay, centers. Jesse Arthurs, Averillo, Rocco Berry, Jack Bird. Oh, just quickly, sorry. Connor Tracy, if there's a Super League club that could get Connor Tracy, he would
tear it up.
Tear the Super League apart. I'm talking Man of Steel stuff. Man of Steel stuff. Okay, centers, Arthurs, Averillos, Rocco Berry, Jack Bird, Braden Burns, Feeney, Dan Gagai, Delise Hoyter, Tom Jenkins, Brian Kelly, Nathan Lawson, Will Bensini, Jesse Ramian, Solomon Sakura. Who does he play for? Sakura.
I'll check.
Aaron Shop, Gerald Skelton, Anari Tuala, RTS, and Chris Vayler.
Tigers.
Okay. When I look at this, Will Pensini's probably the one that stands out the most.
Big time.
That's interesting. Like
I think the whole Eels outside back thing is interesting because you got Lomax, who we're not sure what's going on. We've got Simonson, who apparently was leaving, but he's still there.
No, but he actually brought out a quote, said he's all good now with the appeals and he's going to back himself.
I completely missed that. Great. Okay,
so that
good.
suggests to me, I think Lomax is 100% gone.
That's what I think.
Because why would you stay? Like, what's changed? Like, the only reason I think the relationship or I guess the feel has changed so much, something has to have changed. Like, are you telling me that Bailey Simonson, it just took like him thinking about it a little bit to go, oh, you know what, I'm going to stay? He would have thought about it a little bit friggin' 3 months before that.
Exactly. Yeah.
The only thing I think Zach Lomax is gone.
I think so too.
Like I so much so I'll be shocked if he's still in the NRL at the end of next year.
Me too. But Simonson's a first grader in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I think Will Bensini's one of the more underrated centers in the competition.
Yeah, it's weird. Like
he's 22.
He's a freak. He's a freak.
Like I think he's 22.
Yeah, he's the same age as Suaalii.
Yeah,
because they come through together. I'll just check now. But yeah, I'm and like he's never like 23. He's 23.
Like he's 23 years old. He's played 100 NRL games at 23 years old. Like that's super interesting. He hasn't re-signed. That would suggest to me that maybe is he pricing himself out of, because he's getting to the point like I'm a 23-year-old center that's played 100 NRL games. Like that's something, you know.
I think he could get decent money out of the clubs.
Pretty good.
So maybe that's it.
And also like I think he'd kill it as well. Like I think that Eels fans are aware of how good Pensini is, but I think the wider audience aren't actually aware. Like he has gone toe to toe with some of the best centers in the competition.
Yeah, I wonder why. Like maybe because he doesn't have like the highlights, like as many highlights, but he's been good since basically his debut. He's had 4, I reckon, very, very good years in the NRL. So yeah, I find it interesting that he hasn't re-signed. But then again, I've I found a lot of the Eels stuff interesting over the last year since Rolls took over, and he seems to be proving everyone right. Sorry, he seems to be proving everyone wrong. So
yeah. The only thing I can think of is he's pricing himself out of it, because I don't know like why you wouldn't want to keep him. He's super durable. You know, and I'm sure there's Eels fans are going to be like, oh, you know, he's got bad this or bad that. Like, I'm not saying he's the best foot centre in the competition. I'm just saying, like, to be this durable and this young and to play this much NRL, like, that's valuable. That's super valuable. And the only thing I can think of is maybe the Eels are rebalancing their cap and going, look, we're not going to pay, you know, Josh Adokar a relatively decent contract. You know, we can only afford to pay one of our outside backs a decent contract, potentially.
I guess because you're right, Adokar's a good one because he's also on this list.
Iongi's getting upgraded for sure.
Iongi, deservedly so. Yeah. So maybe they're just trying to figure it all out.
If you're a club that needs just a good, solid centre that's not going to break the bank, like I think Pensini's the guy.
Oh, he will have no trouble getting into a good club.
Yeah. Jenkins also an interesting one. Listen, if this is the version of Jenkins that exists now from now on out, mate, I'd be keen as to get him at a club.
Absolutely.
Super hard worker, high meterage. I'd be keen.
Your conversation with him though, I reckon he'll be trying to re-sign at Penrith.
Oh yeah, and I think they're aware of that too.
Yeah,
like they are really aware of that. So I'm trying to think like which clubs genuinely need some like red hot outside backs at the moment. Like,
I mean the Tigers.
Yeah, they got Talamay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They got Taruva, Skelton. Like they're pretty good.
They are actually pretty set. Yeah.
Like what is interesting is that like most clubs are relatively set for outside backs. I'm trying to think like maybe Cowboys. They got Taulagi.
Yeah.
You've got Purdue, he's a rookie, but yeah, you got Purdue.
We don't know where he's going to play anyway.
Yeah. You could look at Cowboys. They've got Taulagi. They got Purdue, Labart, Derby. So Labart, Derby, you can see the talent there for sure, but they're not a sure thing yet. So maybe Cowboys is a place some of these guys could land potentially.
Yeah.
But because they've got, in saying that, on the flip side of it is that like if Cowboys stick with these young players, and you know they're so young, in 4 or 5 years they'll be gun. Selwyn Cobber obviously can also play in the centres. He's another one that's kind of flown under the radar. I'm just trying to think, like in regards to outside backs, like most clubs have them locked, eh? Like most, at the very least, have a good starting roster of outside backs.
Ironically, and I'm just kind of going through their squad now, but like Para have good outside backs, but I still think they could be one short.
Yeah, especially if Lomax is gone.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm trying to rack my brains like which club you could genuinely go. Like for example, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you go Tigers absolutely desperately need outside backs, but I'm trying to think like most clubs are pretty good outside backs. Sharkies good. Oh, Dragons.
I mean, they still. I mean, they got Val and Sully, Tuipulotu. I mean, they could do with another.
Probably another because Sloan will go. Got Fainai, but you know he's been in and out. So probably Dragons is.
Jeez, when you really think about
that's what I'm saying. Like every team has a pretty good outside back.
Yeah.
Like Titans will definitely need outside backs because they're cleaning everything out. But like even a guy like Brian Kelly's on the list. Like, mate, Brian Kelly is truly one of the. I don't want to say what could have been because like he's still here but like he has games where he literally gives the best centers in the competition a bath.
I can't remember how public this was. I'm pretty sure it was. Like he was being considered for Origin in like 2018, 2019.
Mate, when he was at Manly in debut, he was so good. And he still has those games. It's just for whatever reason, like errors, reads in defense or whatever. But if you can get a committed Brian Kelly on a 200 or 300 grand contract, which he'd probably demand more because he's played way more NRL, but let's say you could get him on 300 grand, mate, that's a buy. That's a buy. But yeah, when I look at the outside backs of a lot of clubs, like most of them are pretty, they're pretty set. Like they're, very hard to break into that side. And again, I'm not saying every single one is set. I'm just saying there's a dearth of outside backs at the moment.
Like even Knights who come last, like they've got one of the best centers in the comp there, Bradman Best.
Dane Gagai.
They've got Dane Gagai. They've got international Dom Young. They've got Greg Marzu. So like, obviously they could use players as well.
Yeah,
but like
even their back line, very strange, isn't it? RTS, I think he'll go to rugby. Jesse Ramion's an interesting one because I heard a recent report that Sharkies would be willing to trade or allow him to speak to other clubs. He's like, I think Jesse Ramien's a super consistent centre. Like, yeah, okay, I know this year he had a bit of a drop for a period there, but he's a guy that he will consistently give you a 7.5, 8 out of 10, in my opinion.
I don't know why they'd get rid of him.
I think it's salary cap pressure.
True. They do have a lot. They have a bit of depth in the backs. Like I know Ronaldo just got injured, but in their best 17, Sam Stonestreet probably doesn't make it. I know he's a winger. They got Hiroti in there, who's all right, but him and Iro have been. They have a really good backline. The Sharks.
Yeah, that's the key to them beating the top tier sides is their backs. They get through a bunch of work. Like they're the best. Like overall, they're essentially probably the best in the business outside of Penrith when it comes to making meters.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's salary cap. So I think it's more along the lines of, 6 rival teams showing interest. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it's probably for 27 onwards that they can't afford him.
It's funny, the Code Sports article that they released on Monday, they gave every club's who's off. Sharks easily have the most off contract.
Wow.
Easily. Next being, I'm pretty sure the next is the Tigers and then maybe Manly, but yeah, the Sharks have so many.
Well, Sharkies as well. So the report he's on around 500K. If I could land Jesse Ramien for 500K, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
I'd be pretty happy with that. Yeah, okay. The Titans have been linked to him. Trying to think else. Yeah, so I guess we'll see. Avrilo's an interesting one. Really good player, very versatile. But as I said, it's a little bit different to front row 6, 7. It seems like it's much tougher to get in as an outside back at the moment because there's so many of them.
I know that the emergence of Critter and Herb in the last few years has made centre. It's brought centre back, but centre was gone a few years ago.
Oh, it was gone.
But now it's mad.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Guys, don't forget to follow me on the feed. A massive thank you, as always, to SportsBet for partnering with the show. Just been so supportive over the last few years. Without them, without SportsBet, this place would not run the way it does. We are so grateful. It's been an incredible year. Got huge plans for next year. Cannot wait. Give us a follow on the feed, guys. Got multis every single week. You can copy them. Obviously got the Pacific Champs at the moment, so copy them. Anytime try score, all that good stuff. And shout out to SportsBet. Okay, wingers.
Yep.
Josh Adokar, Michael Asamu, Selwyn Cobbo, Fine, Garrick, Katoa, Maju, Montoya, Mark Nwangatuwase, Jackson Paulo, Richard Bensini, Philip Sammy, Sam Stonestreet, Talangi, Tui Pilotu, Daniel Tupou, Will Warbrick. That's an interesting one.
I would suspect the concussions have something to do with that.
But he's back and he was playing really good when he came back. Obviously, he started the game really well in the grand final. And, I think he got a bit rattled from the shot from Ezra and that. So, but I mean, if he's still off contract and let's say he's all good, concussion wise, geez, if I'm a club, I am going after Will Warbrick.
Definitely.
How much would you pay for him? 6? You know what? It's hard though because Brian Toto 2 years ago was only getting paid 6,
which is the biggest unders of all time.
The biggest unders of all time. Will Warbrick 5 to 6, I reckon. If I'm desperate of need of a gun winger and his head knocks and all that are all sweet, I'd go 5 or 6. I'd hope to land at 5.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have to see him for a year, and I know that doesn't make sense because in a year he'll get re-signed, but. Yeah, the head knocks the reports were a bit concerning. So I think it does make sense. The big one on this list for me is Murray Taulagi. If the Cowboys don't bloody re-sign him, what are they doing?
Mate, I am such a fan of Murray Taulagi. Actually, you know what? Let's read Murray Taulagi's stats for the last few years because he is, and it's not just his stats, but he's so consistent. He's so consistent. And he can go toe-to-toe with literally any winger in the game, you can back Taulagi to at least hold his own. Seriously, that's how good he is.
I remember I looked at his stats, not these stats, different stats the other day about just his Origin appearances, and I was shocked when I read it was only 6 because I can remember Murray Taulagi either scoring a mad try or saving a try in Origin, doing something hectic in Origin.
Yep.
He's only played 6 Origin games.
That's crazy. Now, so statistically speaking, and as always, statistics aren't everything, he's had his best year. Guess how many meters he averaged this year? 177.
That's wild. That's right up there with Toto.
Yeah.
Toto was about that this year, wasn't he?
No, I think Tyler's stills are up there, nearly fucking.
Was he at 200?
90 or something like that. But I mean,
Still.
mate, it's still incredible. What was Tyler at this year?
I'm checking.
I'm super keen at him to find out. His tackle efficiency was the best it's ever been.
201.
Bro.
Toto's down year was 201.
Bro, I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Is this fucking guy serious?
I don't know
The year
why.
where I was like, yeah, Tyler was really quiet this year.
Yeah.
He averaged 201 meters. And he didn't get fucking nominated for Dally M Winger of the Year.
That was pathetic.
Oh
really.
my
That
God,
was
bro.
that was so bad. Like he still played 16 games, but I don't know.
Okay, so he had 12 tries this year, which is his second ever most. He had 19 line breaks, which is his second ever most.
Is this Talangi?
This is Talangi.
Like he only played 15 games this year, so he scored. So that's 19 line breaks in 15 games.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
To be honest, when it comes to outside backs, like, and I want to be sure about this, and Jaden Campbell's a little bit different because I don't like fullbacks are outside backs, but I'm talking like centre wing.
Yeah, centre wing.
Murray Talangi might be my number one guy right now.
On this list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Murray Talangi, like, no one getting into us, he's gone to Union, so he's not counted. Outside of Talangi, like we're talking about a guy that currently is, age-wise, like we just read his stats, but age-wise he's 26 years old, so he is just in his prime. His athletic prime. He's coming off contract, so by the time he could get to your club, he'll be 27, probably turning 28. So you'll get, if you could get him for 2 years or 3 years, you get him 28, 29, 30, which is, probably going to be the peak of his career. I think Murray Talangi would be the most sought after outside back, and I'm talking centres, wingers out of everyone here.
I think so. I think so as well because you've got like probably next to maybe be Cobbo, just on mainly on potential. But if I had a choice of either of those to come to South, I'm taking Talangi every day.
Yeah. Well, Selwyn Cobbo on his day can be the best in the freaking competition. It's just a matter of, are we going to see that week in, week out? I think that's a big question.
You're right. Talangi's so consistent and people just don't give him his flowers for some reason.
Yep.
But yeah, he's on that list. He's definitely should be the most sought after. But the Cowboys have to re-sign him.
Well, they need to, because if they lost Talangi, then they essentially, like Purdue was a rookie, Derby rookie. That's when they are desperate
They're
for
in big
outside
trouble,
backs.
yeah.
So maybe his manager's probably aware of that. His manager's probably aware, guys, you lose Talangi, your whole outside backs, like it falls into a heap. It becomes potentially one of the weaker outside backs in the competition because they're rookies. Now, if these rookies go on to be who we know they can be, then that's a different story. But that's the thing with rookies is you don't know that. Whereas with Talangi, you've got a top tier winger that can mix it with Brian To'o. He can mix it with, Coates. He can all the top tier. Talangi can go with them.
Yeah.
And you lose him, that's going to be tough. And I think his manager probably knows that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so I think I'm with you, mate. They need to re-sign him for sure. Other guys here, I think if you're looking for a bang for buck guy that can come in and just have, like, honestly, have such a crazy year out of nowhere, he wins Dally and Wing of the Year, it's Philip Sammy.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he wouldn't break the bank. He is, honestly, so underrated in my opinion. He's a great ball runner. He's a great finisher. Like, let's look at his stats. Now, he is a little bit older, so he is... Let's get sure. So he's 28, but he's still in his, he's still
Is he 20? I would have thought he was like 30, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. So statistically, it's his best year ever this year. Okay, let's go through his stats this year. So in a terrible year for the Titans, he had 15 tries, the most tries he's ever scored. He had 1 try assist, but he's a winger. He had 11 line breaks. It's the second. So there was 2 years where he's had 13. This year, it's 11. So it's the second most amount, or you could say third. Okay. And also he can play centre for sure. So there's that.
Well, that's something I was going to bring up. I think they mess with him too much. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
This year, this is what it went. Center, wing, center, wing, center, wing, center, wing. Come on.
Bro, let's not get started on that shit. Sweet. We'll be here all week. This is his last 3 years, bro. Averaged 171 meters, 176 meters. And then last year, he averaged 180 meters a game in a side that was getting dominated most of those games. Like, bro, as I said, you're looking for bang for buck, a guy you could probably jag for your 300 or 400 maybe at the moment. Mate, it's Philip Sammy every day of the week. Every day of the week. I wish they had freaking tackle breaks. So annoying because his tackle break is also incredible. We'll just look at each game.
Here we go. Yeah, I got the tackle breaks here. It's pretty impressive. So it goes for the whole year: 4, 5, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 8, then 0, 0, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, then finish year 4 and 5.
Yeah, like
just consistent.
Mate, he's a bloody good winger. He is a bloody good winger.
I think as well, if he goes to a club that's not the Titans, he'll get a few more raps because no one even thinks about Philip Sammy.
Bro, this is his back end of his year. I'll start at round 16. 189 metres, 234, 187 against the Broncos. In round 19 too, by the way. Like, Broncos were starting to rip.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, against the Broncos, so the team that won the comp. The next week against the Tigers, 196 metres. Against the Warriors, 256 metres. This is the kicker, though. Against the Penrith Panthers, he ran for 196 metres. Against the Sharks the next week, 247 metres. Against the Warriors in his last game of the year, he ran for 146 metres.
So that Penrith one, the Sharks one, which was 196, 247, like that's going up against two of the best backlines in the comp. Probably the two best.
Bro, in the game against the Sharks, where he ran for 247 metres, they got beaten 54-22. Bro, as I said, and I think people that listen to the podcast know for quite a while, like I've always been a huge fan of Philip Sammy. So much so that I'm surprised when Origin comes around, he doesn't get talked about enough. Mate, he is a gun. So he's a really bang for buck. I'm trying to think. Again, it's really tough to go, where could this guy land? Because most teams outside backs are sorted, pretty well sorted. Okay, so anyone else there? I'm trying to think. Ruben Garrick.
Oh, yeah.
Surely Manly re-sign him.
They bloody better want to.
Like, he's the heart and soul of the outside backs there.
Yeah, and he kicks for him too. Although they just signed Blake Wilson.
Bro, I just don't get that.
I like Blake Wilson. He's a good player, but he's not going to play.
But even that's what I mean. Even for Blake Wilson, though, surely there's a club where he is closer to a star.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see. Okay, let's get into 5/8 chat because it's more interesting. Okay. This transfer show is brought to you by KO. Look, do I need to tell you? Do I need to tell you? KO, best in the biz. So much content. If you love sport, you love KO. It's that simple. They got so much sport at the moment. And guys, I got to tell you, I am so stoked. KO is flying me across to Perth to interview world champion, UFC world champion, welterweight world champion, Jack Della Maddalena. That is right. I'm flying over tomorrow night to interview him in Perth. I cannot wait, and it's all thanks to KO. So as I said, as I always say, guys, these guys support us, so support them. We wouldn't be getting this content if we weren't partnering with KO. So a massive thank you as always to KO. I can't wait to interview Jack Della Maddalena. He is a beast, bro, an absolute beast, and he's fighting Islam Makhachev. It's coming up, and you can get it all on KO. At 5/8, it is easily the least.
Yep.
I actually reckon 5/8 now is the most kind of like slept on position where we're froth sevens, we're frothing, fullbacks, we're froth nines or whatever. But like number 6, it does feel like at times it's very much a position. Listen, if you can just be a good defender and run really well, that's your job. Because right now, like, 6 is in the competition. Like, okay, here's a great example. When we were trying to work out the Dally M6 of the competition, we were like, if Ethan Strange didn't go insane in the last 6 weeks, we wouldn't have known who to pick.
Exactly.
That's how low the 6 position right now, recognition or maybe at least quality 6s is. Like Dylan Brown had a down year. Munster, he was pretty solid this year, but he wasn't Cam Munster.
He wasn't
He's pretty good. But that's Cam Munster. He's of the last generation. You've got Strange, who had a really good back end of the year. I have to remember, guys, like there was at the start of the year, there were people saying, is Strange going to be there all year? Well, so it didn't start that well. He killed it in the end, though.
Well, question for you. If Strange couldn't win it, if he got suspended, who would win it?
Who would win it?
Like, you don't know.
Seriously? I'm trying to think. Like,
even last year, like when Dearden won, pretty sure Dearden won last year. Even that was kind of like, Dearden, but then who else?
Yeah, then who else? And that's what I mean. Like, I think that 6 is a real position it's probably our weakest position right now in regards to stars or whatever. And I know people go, well, Dearden, but Dearden's a 7 now.
Yeah.
Dearden's a 7 now. Dylan Brown, he was always up there to a degree. Luai's moved to 7. Blaze Talangi is learning his trade. I mean, to be honest, if he played all year, it's Ezra Mam every day of the week. If there's right now, Ezra is, in my opinion, the best 6 in the competition.
It's him and Munster. They're the 2 best.
Yeah, I think Strange, if he keeps his form up, he's definitely like, bro, he was so good. He was so good at the back of the year. If he keeps his form up, he will also be that. But I just think if you look at Ezra's resume in grand finals and that, like, bruh. And also in this, like, the season turned around at the Broncos initially when Ezra came back.
Well, Strange, he's just a couple of years behind, man, really.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And you know what? Strange will probably be in the same situation as Ezra is right now in regards to, like, considered a star.
Yeah.
But, like, put it this way, I think next year it really is between Ezra and Strange for the Dally M. Whereas, like, I think a lot of other positions, like okay, the 7, you've got Cleary, you've got Katoa, you've got Moses, you've got Dearden, you've got guys like Reno that still can do it. You know, can like that literally led to the competition.
Hines.
Sorry,
Nico
Hines, Hughes,
Walker.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas with the 6, we're sitting there going, Strange really next year, like Munster, I guess, but
like Burton would have to have a career year.
Yeah, Burton potentially, but there's whispers that maybe he's going to be centre.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so at least 6 off. Anyway, so it's Jack Cole, Tyson Gamble, Tamade Martin, Josh Rogers, Trent Tolau, Manaya Watari, and I hope I said that right. Apologies, I didn't. And Cody Walker. Cody Walker's not going anywhere.
Nope.
I think he'll retire before he went anywhere. I think the club really, really means that much to him. But geez, like, if I'm being honest, like Tamade Martin is a first grader, but like locked in, guaranteed a spot. I don't think he's there just yet. But outside of that, like this is Trent Tolau, rookie. I'd be really interested to see how Trent Tolau went in Rezzies this year because he came through at the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, remember he killed in that trial.
He's a guy at a club I'd be looking at because, can you check how old he is? I think he might be 24 or something like that.
He's a bit older.
He is a bit older, maybe even older than that.
He is born in 1999, so 25. In fact, almost 26.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd be having a real close look at how he went in reserve grade. I guess the knock against him would be he didn't really get much game time this year. So, he was behind Schneider,
Jack Cole.
And Cole. So there's that. Outside of that, I think Tyson Gamble, good, solid player. I'd bring Tyson. If Tyson Gamble, you can get him on a bargain, I'd bring him to a club.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Tyson Gamble.
He was good for the Knights.
But is he top tier? Like, no, I don't think even Tyson would tell you that. Mate, he was a legend of bloke. When we had him on potty, he was a legend, bro.
I just loved listening to him talk.
Mate, 100%. And what I loved about, he's a knockabout bloke. He knows he's not fucking, Cam Munster or whatever. He's just going out there and ripping and tearing.
He said it himself. He kept saying it.
Yeah, I really like Tyson Gamble. But outside of that, really, sixes at the moment. And also, we're in this really weird spot where, what is a good 6 these days? Is it one that can really, is it the rogue Munster? Is it the Strange that really is tuck the ball and run? He may develop a ball playing game, but really it's fucking, he is so hard to tackle. To be honest, I think, again, I think the closest thing to a modern great 6, and I don't say great as in he's already one of the greats, but top tier, it's Ezra Mann. He has it all. He has the run, he has the pass.
He's like a
physicality.
young Cody Walker almost.
Yeah,
not like for like.
Yeah, but he's quite well rounded. I'd say Cody Walker's ball playing is better substantially, but Ezra Mann's ball running is better.
Yeah, and Cody Walker's one of the best ball players of all time.
Yeah, bro. I will go to my grave and challenge anyone that Cody Walker is one of the GOAT ball players.
He is.
And I know that his resume, isn't as good as some of these other players, number 6s that have played and all that kind of stuff. But his ability to strip numbers and ball play is as good as any player I've ever seen. Maybe only Joey is in a tier above him on his own, potentially.
I wish I could find that stat. I tried to look for it the other day about just his try involvements.
Well,
it was somewhere on the internet.
But from 20, I think it was from 2018 or something to 22, 23, he was the best attacking player in the comp, and it wasn't even close, bro.
Yeah.
He was in the top amount of tries scored, let alone try assists and line break assists.
He scored over 100 tries for South. And he's not known for his try score.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Mate, when he gets those bloody Curry legs going.
Oh,
You can't stop him.
yeah. If he can just
stay
1
fit.
year of staying fit. Because
Yeah.
he's still, like, back in the last year when he came off the bench, he was ripping.
Mate. He must see the game in slow-mo, seriously. Like the stuff he does. So just to kind of wrap that up, what I'm saying is I'm not saying he's like one of the greatest players ever. Specifically, his ball playing, it's as good as Joey's probably always going to be in a tier on his own, but it's outside of that, it's as good as I've ever seen as it from a 6. Like it's
Unbelievable.
It's crazy. So 6 is a really interesting. It's probably our weakest spot at the moment. What is exciting though is our next generation. The battle between Ezra and Ethan Strange is going to be so. We got 2 blokes that love the contact, like froth it. Like go back and watch that grand final with Ezra, bro. He was frothing for the contact.
I still maintain that he was the second most important player on that field purely because of his 2 turnover plays.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that like when he came on, the momentum all changed. You could argue he's had one of the best back-to-back grand final appearances that we've seen.
Truly.
You know, when you think about it, how many people have played that well in consecutive grand finals?
And also, one was pure attack and the other one was pure defense.
Yeah, and on top of that, he essentially had number 1 and 2 greatest grand final performances beat him.
Yeah, it's so true.
Cleary and Walsh had to put on literally the greatest ever performance we've seen for Ezra not to win,
Yeah. Like Ezra was easily the best player to not win a Clive. Well, he's right up there.
Bro, you know what I just realised? Him in Origin.
Yeah, I know. Him, I know.
Oh, fuck. Him with that Queensland 6 jersey on his back.
Yeah, I know. And Reece Walsh as well.
And they play at club together too.
I told you this yesterday on the show, but like me and Guru were talking about this on Sunday. Not about Ezra, about Walsh. And it's just like if we lost I don't want to talk about Origin, but like we lost this year, I'm never confident again. And now they have bloody Ezra and freaking Reece Walsh coming in.
Holy shit.
Geez.
How good is the battle between Ezra and Strange going to be at Origin for the next?
Yeah, I didn't think of that because they're literally gonna
essentially
together.
The same. And what I love, they're both so physical.
Yeah.
Like, that both of them are going to be looking in the change room and looking up at the opposite number going, I want to whack that bloke. Oh, stop it. It's the best. Okay. Halfback. Kobe Black, Tanner Boyd, Jake Clifford, Tom Duffy, Harris Tavita.
Zach Herdigan, that's that Cowboys guy I just said.
Okay. Zach Herdigan. Lockie Ilias, who probably signed
Seems
with
like
the
he's going
Titans.
to the Titans.
So he's Titans. I love that signing for the Titans. I really do.
Not official yet.
Just freaking let him do his thing, please, for the love of God. Like, if he plays 7.5 out of 10 every week, that's enough. You don't need fucking Joey Johns at the club and keep moving players until you find him. Anyway, sorry, Charles. Okay, halfback. Kobe Black, Tanner Boyd, Jake Clifford, Tom Duffy, Harris Tavita, Zach Herdigan, Lockie Ellis, Nicolima, who also could be a 6 and actually was quite good this year. Matter of fact, Dalian 6 of the year, I could have gone Cody Walker.
Cody Nicarima, he was good, wasn't he?
Yeah. Jackson Purdue, Niwa Pudu, Adam Reynolds, Brad Schneider, Ronald Volkman, and Tyron Wishart.
Actually, you're right. Nicarima and Purdue probably should have been at 5'8", not halfback.
And Wishart too as well, I reckon.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that battle. Man, Purdue. I mean, Purdue's still a long way away from those two, but anyway. Tyron Wishart. I think, look, if I'm being honest, I actually think Tyron Wishart in the 6 category and is probably the most sought after 6 right now. Yeah. Actually, not probably, like.
He definitely would be.
Lock him in. If you're looking for a good quality 6, I think Wishart. Like, because he hasn't really been given an opportunity to be an out-and-out 6 every single week for a long period of time.
No.
Like, look what he's done off the bench for so long now for the Storm. And so, if I've got a full, like a really good, strong 7 that can lead the boys around, mate, I think Wishart would make a great 6.
Yeah, my gut tells me that he's done his time at Melbourne playing off the bench.
Get your contract,
like,
bro.
Get your contract. Yeah. He deserves it. Look, I'm sure Storm want to keep him, but they won't stand his way.
Like this, it's something I never thought I'd say about the Melbourne Storm, but like right now in the era they're in, you can't really guarantee premierships.
I know.
Which is insane. They've been in 2 grand finals, but like there is so much change at that club over the next 2 years. And I saw one comment when we spoke about this last time. Oh, typical writing off the Storm. I'm not writing the Storm off. I still think they're going to be a top tier side, but like they are going to lose at least 2 members of their spine and potentially Bellamy in the next year. The Pappy's essentially gone. Munster he'll retire after 27. I don't think he'll go around again.
Peasant's gone.
Peasant's gone. Wishart's gone.
They've lost Nelson.
You know, like there's a real world where there's like I still think that the Melbourne Storm, whilst Bellamy's the coach, will always be a final side.
Yeah.
But I just what's life like after Bellamy? I don't know. I just don't know. And the good thing is though that it was that Jersey flag that won the thing. So like, is there a world where Melbourne are a bit quiet for a couple of years until their Jersey flag guys are ready to come through? Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Again, any team coached by Bellamy is a premiership threat.
Yeah.
I want to make that extremely clear. Next year, the Storm are a premiership threat. However, if I'm trying to sign someone past 27 and Bellyache's not going to be there, I can no longer say, if you stay at this club, you'll be in grand finals. Because you just don't know.
I tell you what proves your statement. And like, just this whole year from Melbourne, we can say it now, they weren't that good this year and they still made a grand final.
Yeah.
But they weren't that good.
No.
Like they had some really, really good games, but compared to the 2021 season where they didn't even make the grand final, but they won 19 games in a row, it's not even close. But Bellamy, like they somehow still got to the grand final.
He's so good, bro. He's freaking so good. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so Wishart, we'll put him in the sixes. He's your highest value. If you need a six at the club, now what clubs could use a six? Like I think that depending what happens with Purdue, but like a Wishart did in 6-7, I don't mind that. I'm trying to think of other clubs that could use an out-and-out six.
Like Cody Walker's going to retire.
Yep, so Rabbitohs, they'll need one. Warriors? If they don't sign Harris Tavita and Tamati Martin?
Yep. Yeah, true. Because Metcalf just re-signed, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. And Harris Tavita and Tamati Martin haven't. Not Sharkies. Tigers, no. Penrith, no. Broncos, no. Titans?
I don't think they need another six. Depends what happens with Campbell, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Brimo's signed long-term. Kinney signed long-term. So, yeah, there's got those two going to fit in. So Brimo's essentially locked into six, I guess, if Campbell goes.
Yeah. Cowboys.
Yeah, I said Cowboys.
I said Cowboys.
But anyway, so...
There's a few.
The thing is like, again, it's really hard to find... Dragons. I know they got Atkinson, but...
Yeah, I was going to say Dragons, but I'm just so unsure about that.
I don't know what's going on there, seriously.
I wonder if he'll go there, because he's from there. So...
But they let him go.
That's what I mean.
Even as a utility, like, if I'm in the Dragons position, I'd probably be willing to pay him 400 or 500K as a utility, because two reasons. If Atkinson, for some reason, whatever, just doesn't work out, you've got a guy that can come in and we know he's played at top tier.
Yep.
But also, like, the utility spot is so important, and you know for sure Wishart's going to be a good utility.
Yeah. Especially these days, like, it's HIAs all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much use for a utility these days.
Okay, but anyway, back to the fucking seven. I'm really concerned about Kobe Black.
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one.
What are your thoughts about Payne Haas going out of his way to really praise him this week? To be fair, he probably got asked, but it was a pretty interesting quote to come out straight after the Peasant news.
What did he say?
Just how good he is. Like, how much of a superstar, or not a superstar, but like, people don't know how good he is, basically.
He's 19. What I would say is this, and this is very easy for me to say. First, I want to say this. I was impatient. I didn't listen to this shit. I was an idiot. Granted, I should have had a manager that fucking... That if there's one thing that I really look back and frustrated on, I wish someone had... And I still take responsibility for all my decisions. I just wish someone had given me the proper advice. Like, bro, you are third string. Like, even though I was second string because I was playing NRL, but they said to me, we want to re-sign you. We definitely want to keep you. But right now, you're third in line for the wing position. So the contract's there, keen as anything. It's minimum or whatever, but that didn't matter at the time. I just wish someone had said, bro, you're third string at the Brisbane Broncos. You've won fucking 6 premierships in the last fucking 5-6 premierships in the last, like, bro, life is good. Stay. Anyway, so I can learn, and Kobe Black is obviously a better player than me. He plays 7. He cannot get way bigger offers than me. But what I would say is that you are at a premiership winning club with Ezra Mam and Reece Walsh. You are 19 years old. The big contract will come. Like, if you are destined to be a gun 7 in the NRL, the big contract where you earn $1.5 million It's going to be there, whether it's there next year. He's not going to pay 1.5, but there's probably a club that might pay, I don't know, 500-600K for him. You will, we're not in the olden days where you had to just take the money while it was there because you earned so little of it. So when a 400K, like when I was coming through, if a 400K contract hit your desk, you just signed it immediately because they don't come around. Like it is like, you're not going to be on 400K for the whole career. Whereas nowadays, you just need a 5-year period where you're earning $1.5 million and you will set yourself up for the rest of your life. And so the thing I would say to Kobe Black is like, stay at the best club in the competition. Now, listen, this may change over the next few years, but just give the club another 3 years and then adjust your decision. Now, granted, if Pezzett has come in and Ezra and Pezzett are just flying and it doesn't even look anywhere likely that you're getting a shot, then fair enough, then take the other big deal elsewhere. But right now, as a 19-year-old, in 3 years' time, you'll be 22. Look at Pezzett right now. Look how many people are interested in Pezzett. And Kobe Black, you could argue, has bigger raps on him coming through than Pezzett did. I think it'd be too soon to leave now. I just really do. You're at the premiership winning, like you are the next big thing at the team that just won the comp. It's the biggest team in the, biggest club in the competition by a country mile. And you have Ezra and Reece Walsh in your spine with potentially Blake Moser long term.
And Pezzett doesn't enter the building for a year. So you've got a year kind of without him.
What if in New South Wales Cup he is freaking tearing the joint apart? Or what if Ben Hunt or Reynolds go down? They're both old. He comes in and rips.
Exactly.
They're not going to say you can't. They're not going to be like, oh, we're dropping him because we paid Pezzett that much. They're going to be like, we want to win games.
If I'm Kobe Black, I'm signing at least a 1 year, just seeing how this year goes. Yeah. Also, back to your third string point before, like it's fair to say that Billy Walters before round one was third string hooker, right?
Yep.
He would have played in the grand final if he was fit.
He's one of our best players. Probably second best of the whole season. Yeah. It went Payne Haas, him and Katoni Staggs essentially.
So it can change very quick.
And so this advice I'm saying, this is coming from a guy that made the mistake. And it's it's no knock on New Zealand Warriors at all. Like I really appreciated my time there. It wasn't them that was wrong. It was me. I was in a new country as a 21-year-old that had barely played rugby league. Like of course I'm going to be rattled, not what's going on. And so I understand that Kobe Black's he's been in the system forever, but mate, you're at the biggest club in the competition with the most, any third parties that you want to get, most likely you're going to get it at the Broncos. I mean, third parties aren't, this is how much the game's changed. Third parties aren't really that big of a deal compared to back in the day because they get paid so much.
The salary's so good, yeah.
Because the salary cap is so I just think that Kobe Black, if he is destined to be a good NRL 7, even if he's destined to be a solid NRL 7, he's going to earn probably $500,000 to $600,000 a year for the first 5 years of his career. The back end of his career, the salary cap would have gone up again. He'll earn probably $800K.
Because we got a new broadcast deal.
Exactly. In a decade's time, well, no, I wouldn't even say decades. I'll say in 5 to 6 years' time, average players are going to earn enough to set them up for life. Average players. I mean, I was coming through I'm pretty sure Lockie was on like 300 or 400 grand. And I'm not being a hater. Like I'm stoked these boys are getting that. So the decision is different. Whereas back in the day, if you were on 50 grand plus matches and a club came in and said, here's 300K a year, you didn't care where you played or what you did. You went and played it. Now, granted, I never got off that. I was on 90 grand, no matches at the Warriors. So the funny thing is that I was actually getting paid less than if I played every game. 50 grand in matches is more than 90 grand a year, but the 90 grand is guaranteed. I went there purely not about money. I went there to play first grade. Like that's why I went to the Warriors. So anyway, I actually do think Madge will be and Payne and even get together with Blake Moser and just go, mate, let's just stick together for a couple of years and see what we can do here, Yeah. But we'll get to Blake Moser a bit later. So I do think they'll be able to keep him. But I do think by the time if Pezzett comes in and rips, because let's say he signs a 1-year extension. If Pezzett comes in and rips, he'll be available to talk to other clubs November 1. There is a chance the Broncos lose him then. Let's say he's ripping in New South Wales Cup or Queensland Cup, as in Kobe Black.
Yeah.
And Pezzett's also ripping and the Broncos are looking to win a premiership or whatever, or they go back-to-back or whatever, or they get to a grand final. There's a chance where Kobe Black might be like, listen, Pezzett has another 10 years in him. Ezra definitely does. He's not going anywhere. It's time to...
Yeah, but I get that.
Yeah.
But that's a year and a half away.
Yeah, so now I don't see any sense in signing with another club for 27.
Yeah.
And I know that they're going to be... You're just saying that's because of the Broncos? Listen, I'd be saying the same with the Penrith Panthers. Any of these other top-tier clubs, I'd be saying the same. I think I said the same with Pezzett, with Newcastle.
Yeah.
When he got offered 600 grand, I was like, mate, look, I think I said stay at Storm. Now, Pezzic's a bit older, though. He's like, what is he, 24 now?
Yeah. True. Oh,
23?
yeah. He's 22.
22.
Oh, he's turning 23 in January.
So I'm pretty sure I said stay. But look, if I didn't, I'm being a hypocrite. So please let me know. But I'm pretty sure I said stay at the Melbourne Storm. And that's behind fucking Jerome Hughes and Munster.
And like,
you're not getting anywhere near
I know
that.
he hasn't had that much opportunity. This is like Jacoby Black here. Like, Johnny Pezzett hasn't played that much. It's still worked out for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's about to sign with the Broncos.
And also, although Pezzett looks like he's going to have a good future, he hasn't played so well that we know he's going to be a 7 for the next 10 years in the NRL.
No.
We don't know that.
He had a fantastic game against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
But like, he hasn't strung games together. He hasn't really had a chance to.
Hasn't had a chance to. Now, maybe he will be, and I'm assuming he actually will be, but yeah, we don't know that. So I think Kobe Black extends. Tanner Boyd, interesting one. I think he'll probably just, wait and see what happens with the Warriors. Jake Clifford, another one that I'm really interested to see what's going on at Cowboys. It's quite interesting. Tom Duffy, who can also play fullback. Again, like if I'm a club, you're locking him in. He's so young. Like how old? Can you find out how old Tom Duffy is? Harris Tavita.
He's at the Bronx now, isn't he?
No. Is it Duffy? Yeah, sorry, Duffy's at the Bronx, but he can go over. So apologies.
22.
You know what's funny is like if I'm a club, I'm like getting him to my club.
Yeah.
And we got him.
Yeah.
We got him. So I was getting him mixed up with the fullback, Tom Chester. Yeah. Some of the other guys, Harris Tavita. See, I think Harris Tavita is probably more of a 6 than a 7. So he's another guy I'd look to. Hertigan, Ilias, Sign, Nikodima. I think he's probably going to take it year by year. Outside of that, yeah, Reynolds will retire. Anyway, all right, let's get to prop. Don't forget, guys, to use code BAULO for free delivery this week. All thanks to Menulog. PAULO for free delivery. As always, a massive thank you to Menulog. If you're going to get food to your house, it's Menulog. It is Menulog. They've been supporting us for so many years. Like Sportsbet, without them, the ship doesn't sail. The ship does not sail. So use code PAULO. And also, they're always, like, the crazy thing about Menulog is they always give us codes for discounts. Like, it's awesome. So use code PAULO for free delivery. A massive thank you, as always, to Menulog. Wow, prop. Holy moly. These are the players off contract. Bunty Afoa, Paul Bryan, Jake Clydesdale, Colhoun from the Sharkies, Harrison Edwards from the Doggies. Or did he go to the Cowboys? Cowboys. Fainu from the Tigers, Emre Gula from the Dolphins, Payne Haas from the Broncos, but silly to leave him there because he's not going anywhere. Look, we'll just to speak about Payne Haas now, get it out of the way. I personally think he'll stay. However, if he gets offered what they're talking about, like essentially $3 million a year because you put in the tax, mate, get your money, bro.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to another club or anything.
I will say now they've won a premiership, I don't think there's a chance he plays for another club in the NRL. Unless we completely dive off a cliff in the club's turmoil. But, like, why would he?
Unless he gets offered heaps by one of the new teams.
But, like, how much could he get offered? He's already on a $1.2 million deal.
True.
Or a $1 million deal. Like, he's got so much that connects him to Brisbane, family-wise and everything like that. Maybe PNG could offer him $2 million a year or something. And if that was the case, again, I'd just, mate, go and do it. You won the premiership, go get your money. But it's a different environment today. As we were speaking about before, he's already on $1 million. Like, your life's not going to change that much between 1 and 1.6. Like, if you can't be rich off 10 years of $1.2 million or 10 years of $1 million, you're not going to be rich off 10 years of $1.5 million.
Yeah, I think R360 is the threat.
That's the big threat. Because $3 million?
Oh, go, mate.
Year, bro, go. I'll pack your bags for you. Hamlin Welle, Tapua from the Sharkies, Liam Henry, Samuel Hughes, Jaden Hunt, Ryan Jackson, Jolliffe, Kamikamitha, Sean Kepi, Caden Lars, Simone Laffey, Blake Laurie, Atta Mariota, Sam McIntyre, Francis Molo, Michael Molo, Griffin Neem, Josh Papali'i, Junior Bolo, Toby Rudolph, Lindsay Smith, Saluka Fifita, and Xavier Va'a. Can you please get up Xavier Va'a's age? Okay, so in regards to this list, who is the hottest property? I'd have to say Lindsay Smith.
I was going to say Lindsay Smith.
Yeah, I'd have to say Lindsay Smith, and I'm actually shocked that he is being allowed to go to market.
Yeah, I've read that he might be looking.
Yeah, well, what I mean is, like, the fact that they are so far apart on, like, he is a key front rower that they are allowing to go to market. That hasn't happened for years at the club. Like, we're talking about a guy that's currently representing Australia in their top 5 players every single game. They must be, you'd have to assume he wants to stay at the Panthers, but they must be just no money, like literally no money.
Yeah, and because he plays for Australia, you said, he could be getting pretty good money at the moment.
Probably $800K a year.
Yeah, and like there's no way he's getting that at Penrith.
Oh, not even close. Like, I reckon he's on nearly minimum still.
Well, that would make sense then. Yeah, because he deserves his pay.
Mate, and I think he'd be a great signing for any club because he literally gives you 8 out of 10 every single week. Every single week.
I reckon he might play Origin soon as well.
Yeah?
So
like a Lindsay Collins for Queensland.
Although...
Is he Queenslander? No.
Lindsay Smith? No, he's us.
Oh, fuck.
But no, New South Wales probably won't pick him.
True. True.
Xavier Va'a is 22.
Okay. He's at the Roosters?
He's a Roosters. He's 195 centimetres and 114 kilos.
Okay. Wow. Big boy. So that's an interesting watch in regards to young guns. Look, yeah, Lindsay Smith, he's 25 years old. He's won premierships. You know, he's like, he is truly just only about to hit his straps.
When he came in here, he said that like he's the guy that Ivan Cleary calls on when they just need to lock it up in defence.
Yeah.
So like he's that necessary to Ivan Cleary. Obviously, that if they can't pay him, they can't pay him. But like he would be such a good asset at another club.
Yeah, and it sucks for the Panthers because like he's 25, he needs to get the big deal now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you could risk it and go, oh, you know, I'll get it when I'm 28 or whatever, or 27. But it's like, no, right now he's an Australian front rower. He's 25 years old. He's won a grand final. The Panthers are still the big dogs. Like his value probably, you know, if he keeps going up like that, his value obviously increase in regards to, but like very rarely do so many things come together to have a player as valuable as he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he won a grand final and he's essentially the main man with Moses, obviously. Leota will always be the not always, but him and Fish. But he essentially didn't necessarily replace Fish, but they didn't drop that much.
No, he filled the void very well.
Yeah. And I don't want to say replace because they play so differently to each other.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
I'm just trying to get up his stats so that we can kind of go through it. But yeah, right now, in regards to clubs that can need him, to be honest, like...
Jeez, take your pick.
Take your pick. Like if you're not... Like Dragons could use him. Tigers could use him and Terrell May.
Man, he could get so much money at Manly. Imagine Manly.
Mate, that's who you should be paying $900K a year.
Yeah.
Is a guy like Lindsay Smith. Okay, so Manly absolutely could use a guy, but apparently they're happy with what they've got, which is very strange to me. So yeah, easily his best year. Easily his best year this year. And he has won 2 premierships?
At least 2. Definitely 23 and 24. Let me check.
Yeah, I think it's 2 because he only played 3 games in 2022.
Okay, so yeah, 2 premierships.
Okay, let's have a look at his stats. Tackle breaks, he had 30 last year. He had 46 this year, so he's physically really filling out. Offloads, he had 24 compared to 15. Tackles made, he had a 95.74 tackle efficiency. Made 943 tackles, missed 42, which is
that's
good.
Unreal.
Yeah. And he averaged the most metres ever averaged. He averaged 115 metres, which is actually really good in the Panthers system. They don't want their front rowers averaging crazy metres. They want their backs to do it, so that's actually really good. Looking at his... Yeah, so great year. He's peaking at the right time. I think... Although it sucks from a Penrith Panthers fan's perspective, I think his manager's doing the right thing by him. Yeah. Like he you know, yes, the chance his value could go up, but right now it is the perfect concoction for him to get the biggest contract possibly.
And like, why would he stay at Penrith? Like he's already won the 2 comps there. Why would you stay there on such little money?
And also, like, you know, I know Panthers fans probably won't like to hear this, but there is it doesn't matter who you are, you can get moved on. Like, as in, you can not be re-signed by the club. Critter didn't get re-signed. And I know Panthers fans will go, oh, it's, you know, it's all salary cap or whatever. And it might be all salary cap, but that doesn't change the fact that even if you are a superstar, you may be moved on at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not having a crack at Panthers for moving these players on. I get why they did it, but it doesn't mean, like, if you're Lindsay Smith and you're sitting there going, if their salary cap becomes too tight, I'm the guy that goes. So if I be loyal for another year, what if the next year I'm not playing as well and the salary cap's got tight again? I'm gone. So, yeah, I think, okay, in regards to teams that could use a guy like Lindsay Smith, well, Bulldogs, wow.
They could definitely use him.
Definitely use a guy like him and Leo Thompson up front. Again, it just depends what's happening with the Tino situation.
I really want to know what their salary cap's like because they seem to sign everyone, but not on a lot of money, except for Leo Thompson.
Yep. Geez, I'm sure that doggies would be sitting there going...
They'll be looking at him.
But also, like, they signed Leo Thompson quite a while ago. They're like, if we had held out a little bit, I know they wouldn't have him for a year, an extra year, but like, I think they paid Leo Thompson 800
$800, yeah.
Whereas I think Lindy Smith is close, like, that's what his value should be.
Yeah, yeah. And also there's those connections there, like Serrato.
What a deal for Leo Thompson.
Bloody oath.
Bro. To go to a club that, you know, is building toward a premiership genuinely, getting paid that much, and you know, respectfully, haven't really done that much in the game just yet. Good deal.
It's a good deal, but he's got a lot of responsibility next year.
Oh, huge. And I back him in to go really well.
Same.
I really do. Look, I know the Sharkies don't have any money, but I'd love to see Lindsay Smith at the Sharkies. Like him with Adam Fanua-Blake, but they probably couldn't.
They're pretty set for front rows anyway.
Dolphins, interesting. Dolphins. You know, when they're fully fit, they got Gilbert, they got Flegler. So Dolphins are someone that they could probably potentially look at getting Lindsay Smith. Definitely the Seagulls. They could use him. Eels.
I was just about to say, what about Para? I could Para a big one.
And he suits their style, which is relatively similar to the Panthers style of play, this fast kind of footy. And they would have the money too, surely, especially by that stage.
Yeah. I don't I think Reedy said yesterday, 27, they're going to have a lot to work with.
That's interesting too, because it's close enough to the west of Sydney.
Yeah, you see quite a lot of guys go between those two clubs.
Cowboys for sure could use Lindsay Smith like desperately. Tigers, not Rabbitohs at the moment. Dragons, yep. Titans, yep. Knights, yep. Mate, you know what? Lindsay Smith might get $1 million.
Well, now that we've read all those clubs out, there's no way he's staying at Penrith.
No, I mean, he genuinely might get $1 million. Because his manager's going to go into the negotiations and say, see Leo Thompson, he just went to a top 4 side essentially and got $800,000. Yeah. At least that's what reported. This guy deserves $1 million. He's a multiple premiership Australian player that's probably going to play for New South Wales soon. He was in the camp too this year, wasn't he, for New South Wales?
Pretty sure. I'll Google it. But I reckon if I'm his manager, I'm like obviously making these headlines now, but I'm waiting because he could play Origin next year. If he plays Origin next year and he's still unsigned, his value is going to...
But what if he struggles next year?
Oh, no, it's a risk. But I don't see...
See, I actually reckon he can already say I'm worth $1 million. Even though I think 800K is the perfect... 7 to 800K is, I think, what his value is right now. Now, it could change as he gets older and better. But I think the market pressure would suggest $1 million. Like, think about how... We just read about every club except for maybe 4.
Yeah.
And even like the Roosters, for example, like Lindsay Collins, he'd be, you know, close-ish to...
Yeah, he's like in his 30s.
I think he is. So, you know, I would say Lindsay Smith is better than Spencer Leniu.
Oh, sorry. I apologise. Collins is 29.
Okay. But like 2 years' time, he'll be 31.
Yeah.
You know, so like maybe...
Yeah, because that's what we're looking at.
Yeah. So we're looking at 2 years' time. He is a very Lindsay Smith-esque player. Because like at the moment, like, so even the Roosters could sign him. Because like, and when I say he's better than Spencer, I don't mean... Like, Spencer is such a different player, so it's probably a shit comparison. But what I mean by that is like you're guaranteed to get a consistent 8 out of 10 more often with Lindsay than you are with Spencer. Whereas Spencer Leniu can literally like win you a game individually. I'm so interested to see Spencer Leniu's career path continue. Like, he's such an interesting person. Like, I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but he just fucking stands on it. Like, he is him. He is just... He will not let society change him.
I listened to Terrell May's podcast with him the other day.
And he's smart too.
Interesting listen.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, he's bloody oath is smart. Yeah.
Like, front rowers, you don't usually say are smart.
No. Especially ones that like have the reputation of just
the aggression.
People. Yeah.
Like that aggressive, you're not usually associated with smarts, but yeah, he's a smart fella. So he's such an interesting guy. Like, Spencer Leniu is the kind of guy where I just can't imagine a world where for the next 5 to 8 years, he's going to be controversy free. You know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily mean controversies in a negative way. I just mean the storied stuff just seems to be attracted to him.
And I think...
Whether it's a fight on the field.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time we saw a bloke square up to another bloke?
Yeah, you just don't see it anymore.
Like, you don't see it anymore. And I think the reason why he'll always have these big stories is because he will not allow society's pressure to change him. He's like, I don't care what the consequences are. If I believe something is supposed to happen, I'm going to do it.
And that's both on and off the field. Like the whole Radley stuff happened, and I don't know, I can't remember what he said. But
I respected the fuck out of that.
He called the media a gronk or something.
Well, I didn't like that bit, but I liked the fact because he said that's my teammate.
Yeah.
The Gronk bit, like, not that I don't
He might
like
not have
it.
actually said Gronk. I can't remember what he said.
Like, you know what? Can you get up what he said?
Yeah.
So just be sure. But you know what? He's 100% correct in the sense that I don't condone insulting people, whatever. But he's 100% correct in bro, that's my teammate. I'm not talking shit about my teammate. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, that's my brother on the field. And I love the fact that that's just another example of he could have given the political correct answer of like, oh, no comment or whatever. But he gave the real answer. The real answer was not exactly what he said, but essentially mostly what he said, which was that's my teammate.
You know what? He didn't even. He said, why would I tell you Muppets? That's not even bad. And he didn't direct it at one person either.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but in saying that, like, you know, if you're a sponsor of the club and that, you're like, right, not say the Muppets bit. But why would I tell you? I respect the shit out of that because he's saying, like, that's my boy. As if I'm going to sit here and try and rag down my boy or whatever. Anyway, look, if there's he's so real. He's too real, baby. He's too real. Too real for this fake world, I'm telling you. Too real. Okay. Okay, some of these other guys I'm trying to look at.
I wonder if Parrell keep Jr.
Yeah, he'll take a pay cut, I reckon. I think he's on 800K. I think he'll take a pay cut. Listen, if he plays like he did on the weekend, he can demand $1 million a year.
He had a great year this year as well.
Yeah, he's just a leader. I think that he'll either go to Super League or take a pay cut, or he'll box. He's a fucking good boxer, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when they got rid of Campbell Gillard over him, but that was a decision that was proved correct.
Yeah, it seems like the right call because Campbell's now over in Super League, I think.
Yeah,
London Broncos. Okay, just looking here. Atta Mariota, that's a really interesting watch because that Raiders pack is so hard to get into. There'd be no money. I'd be looking towards him. Can you check how old he is, please? Atta Mariota. I'd be looking at him. Liam Henry. See, that's what's surprising with this Panther situation. Both Liam Henry and Lindsay Smith are looking to go to the market. Like,
Atta Mariota is 23, turning 24 soon.
Far out. So that if you want a young guy that's a gun, look at him. But yeah, Lindsay Smith and Liam Henry, I just don't understand. Like, who do they have coming through? Like, I could understand one of them being squeezed out financially, but both of them?
That, from what I can kind of gather in my head, maybe they'll re-sign Henry on a smaller deal and they'll just
I think Henry could get a good wicket. I really do.
He could, yeah, he could.
Like, I reckon he could probably get 600 somewhere.
I just guess with what we've seen at Penrith, like, they just have so many
many guys coming through.
Another young guy I like is Tuku Hau Tapua, the Sharks one.
Yeah, big
He's
fella.
like 2 meters tall, whatever.
Big boy.
So,
hopefully the Sharkies re-sign him.
Yeah.
Sione Fainu. That's Tigers edge back row, hey?
Tigers, yeah.
Yep. That's an interesting
I think he's also middle. He's kind of...
Yeah, can play both. But, you know, I'm assuming he probably wants an upgrade because he's a bloody good edge back rower. I thought Sam Hughes...
Well, Samuel is the good edge one.
Oh, Samuela, apologies.
Yeah.
Oh, Sione's the one off the bench through the middle there.
Bench,
yeah, apologies. Okay. But yeah, Samuela, like, gun. I was surprised with Sam Hughes being on the market.
Yeah, but apparently he got offered a Super League deal and he said no.
But why Super League?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like there are clubs that could use Sam Hughes.
Absolutely.
I'm
surprised the Bulldogs haven't re-signed him because he wouldn't be...
He wouldn't be asking that much.
Yeah.
And he's a front rower that got you into a top four essentially.
Yeah, and Bulldogs have big raps on him, so unsure about that one.
How is he older? Like he?
I'll check, but he's 24, turning 25.
As a front rower.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's young as shit.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these front rowers, and there's a few here that you could make something pretty special with. I reckon if you got them for the right price.
Why the Cowboys letting go of Griffin Neem? What's it doing with the Cowboys?
Well, is Griffin Neem there?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting because he has these moments where you're like, yep, like bloody good front rower, and then other moments where he's a bit quiet. So I guess we'll see. Okay, down to the second row: Bateman, Blore, Burns, Thomas Cant, Kurt Catewell, Angus Crichton, Matt Dory, Bo Fermo, David Fifita, Tyson Frizzell, Garner, Maverick Geyer, Jazeski, Charlie Gama, Hadawira Nada, Eddie Lemaya Torva, Brody Jones, Oren Keeley, Kikau, Kira, Kalamatangi, he's not an edge back rower. He's in the middle there. You know what? I was saying the other day, I reckon, I don't want to say this because it's going to hurt you.
I know what you're going to say, and I had this thought yesterday.
I reckon the Perth Bears are going to offer him $1 million bucks. He's so versatile. 13 front row, edge back row.
Good on you. Like, seriously, like, he's done enough for us.
Yeah.
If he gets offered $1 million from Perth and we can't match it, well, how can I possibly be upset?
Yeah.
He deserves it.
And honestly, like, I'd pay, as a new club, I'd pay him $1 million because you know what he has given so many good performances in the middle there now for so many years now. So, like, he's been like one of Rabbitohs' best players for what do you reckon, 3 or 4 years now? Each game?
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to get offered $1 million from Perth.
I think South, I don't know if South's going to offer him $1 million, but I hope they don't go 2 under. Like, if they can at least offer him like 850.
Yeah.
Nothing less than that.
I mean, you know what's crazy is he might even get offered like 1.2.
He could. He could. He definitely could.
His numbers are as good as the top tier front rowers. Like, genuinely. And he's like this close to Origin. Did he play the last game? No.
Don't fucking stop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. You know what? Sorry. No, he didn't. In the Australian squad, I reckon he's going to get offered 1.2 from Perth.
Yeah. Wouldn't shock me and well deserved. But it
how old is Keelan now? 25, 26?
Rips my heart out. He's the same age as Cam Murray, so I think he's about 26. It's funny, like they literally both came through the same junior club together, mascot. 27. So, yeah.
So he'll take the big deal.
He'll take the big deal.
Yeah, understandably so.
For sure.
Talakai, he's also available. I'd be signing Talakai in a heartbeat if I could.
Yep.
I just reckon, because he's been moved around so much, and look, he's done his job for the Sharks should be so grateful to what he's done for them because he could have easily left ages ago and said, no, I want a key spot. If you can get him in a top tier side with a role each week where it's the same role, bro, he's a gun.
Yeah.
Gun.
But there's just no room for him in the Sharks at the moment.
Yeah, like, how do you, but in saying that, if they lose him, where's the punch come from for him?
It's so weird. Like, he's so important, but...
He's so important for them.
But like, maybe there's just whole stigma with the bench is still kind of floating around, but he probably just wants to start.
Yeah, or he's probably on, like, I guess, lower money. Because, like, right now, even if let's say you started him in 13 on the front row, and he played to his potential, he probably could get $600K a year or so. And he played to his potential in the middle and he's playing 40 minutes a game.
And also, like, he can play centre, he can play back row, he can play front row.
Crazy. Scotty Sorensen, Nia Corday, Ryan Madison, Tony Matali. So look, there's quite a lot of second rowers on the market. There's plenty to pick from here, plenty of talent.
Siwa Wong's an interesting one. The Roosters.
Hasn't he? Yeah. He has these games where you're like, there's the man. And he's relatively young though too. He's still 23.
He's still young.
Yeah, so he'll find somewhere. Good player. Okay, this transfer show brought to you by The Good Day. Have a good day, or with Good Day, go to biggoodhealth.com.au, grab your Good Day. I've got mine right here. Boom. Drink it every single day. It's a satchel, goes into a bottle. You shake it up. You've got your multivitamins done for the day. biggoodhealth.com.au. They've also got Daylight, which is for rehydration. Is it, what did they say? It's 1 in 8 people.
Nah, 8 in every 10.
8 in every 10. So I've flipped it. 8 in every 10 are dehydrated. And so they got Daylight satchels, super easy. You can subscribe so it just comes to your house automatically. Get your Good Day today. BeGoodHealth.com.au. Lock, Nathan Brown, Curran, Eisenhuth, Lipoi Hopoi, Blake Hosking, Kit Lauleli, Liam LeBlanc, Kurt Mann, Puru, Hame Sele, Mergwin Smithies, Blake Steep, Ray Stone, Jack Todd, Jake Trbojevic, and Dylan Walker. Well, where's Tino? I don't think he's on this at all. Oh, because it's an option, so you don't really know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Tino. I don't think he stays at the Titans.
Going off his last interview.
I just think the way it read, at least, I didn't see him say it. I saw the quote. The way it read for me was, I'm sick of this.
Do you know what's funny? So you messaged me about that saying, can you do a post about this? And I nearly replied to you saying, I'm pretty sure that's an old one. Because like I just didn't think that it happened again. Yeah. And then I clicked on it and he said it again. And I was like, this is becoming almost crazy. Silly now. Not from his side, from the Titans side. I
just reckon that the whole Bellamy thing, whatever happened there, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like I cannot be stuck working my backside off for this club and they're doing these weird clauses. No, it wasn't a clause. Like, I think it was only maybe end of last week or something where they actually came out and said, oh, no, it was never to coach. It was in a director's role, some sort like that. Say that as soon as the story drops. That's why I don't believe it. Like, I'm sorry. You've left so much time between it happening that I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And also, like, trying to spin this, the quote they put out was like, we'd be remiss if we didn't pursue every opportunity. Bro, there's no one sitting here saying, oh, how dare you pursue all the right opportunities. It's how it has been handled that everyone has an issue with. You just signed the hottest young coach in the competition, and you're still holding out hope for Bellamy to come to the club. Like, I'm sorry, and I know it sounds bad, but that's a sign of weak leadership, in my opinion. Like, that is a sign of going, if Bellamy comes to the club, we can all put our feet up and just let Bellamy fix everything. How about have enough confidence in yourself to go, no, I'll fix it. And if Bellamy's available, we'll explore that down the line. But I back what we have here to go as good as we can. And you know what? If we don't, then we don't. And I'll fall on my sword or whatever. It just doesn't make... Like, to try and spin this like we're the idiots for getting up in our arms about it and they're just doing their due diligence by exploring every option. It's like, how about you don't sign a coach before you explore every option? Like, how about that?
And if you want to cover your tracks, like, don't let it go through the news cycle for 2 weeks.
It's just bizarre. And then, like, Hannah was all across this the whole time. It's like, there's no way in the world that this would have been an issue. Like, if you're trying to get Bellamy to the club as a coaching director, this is a non-story, essentially. Like, there is not a single club in the competition that wouldn't take Bellamy as a coaching director.
Yeah, of course.
Other than maybe, the Panthers and the Broncos. Like, who outside of the Panthers and the Broncos wouldn't take Bellyache as a coaching director?
Maybe just because he's been there so long, the Roosters. Other than that, probably everyone.
Yeah, and like, because he's been there so long, I think that's a bad decision from the Roosters. I think they could absolutely use Bellyache as a director. But anyway, so maybe the Roosters. So, like, again, the reports came out that there was clauses, and then Hannah said I never agreed to any clause or whatever. It's like, bro, this wouldn't have been a story if it was just the case that you were speaking to me our coach directors. Like, it seems like with all the information we have, it seems like, and again, we don't know this for sure, this is just purely speculation, but it does seem like you were holding out hope that he was going to come to the club, and if he said yes, you would have shafted Hannah. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Is that what it seems like?
That's what it read like, yeah.
Like, everything that's happened, it seems like if he had said yes, you would have told Hannah, you're not the coach in 2027.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. But maybe that's not the case. Everything else doesn't make sense.
And this is just the straw that broke the camel's back for Tino.
Yeah, like if you were a captain of the club watching this happen, and remember, what happened the last time they got a new coach in?
He didn't get told.
He didn't get told.
Yeah.
Which at the time I was like, okay, it's ruthless, definitely ruthless, and they've handled it well. It didn't get leaked. But if you want to be ruthless and affect your relationship with your club captain, there's a price to pay, and I'll tell you what the price is. He either holds that grudge forever, or you go on and win some games, and he goes, you know what, the price is worth it. But you didn't do either.
No. And now he doesn't trust you.
You haven't paid the price of what you did last time. And then the next time you have a coach come to the club, there's another circus. So you're Tino sitting there going, I'm 25 years old, and this is what I have to deal with as a club captain when I've stuck with this club. So I get it. I really do get it. In regards to where he's going, listen, I was really bullish on the Storm, but the fact that it seems pretty likely that Bellyache's not going to be there after 27.
Yeah.
I don't think he goes to the Storm if Bellyache's not there. Why would you? If you again, they could go on and be as good as we've ever seen the Storm, but we just don't know without Bellamy. I think the Doggies are front runners for me.
Doggies for sure. Perth, maybe.
Look, if you're going to do that, stay at the Titans. Ask for a massive upgrade and stay at the Titans. Gold Coast is a beautiful place to live. He's got all his, he's got a new coach as well. He's got his family there. I think the Perth Bears, you got to go and live in another city that's 5 hours away from family. I just don't think it's worth it.
Para?
I don't know. I like Para, especially when I have the money to do it. Ooh, I guess they're still quite away from a premiership though.
They are.
The reason why Bulldogs have roared into contention for me is because of the Bellamy, what's happening at the Melbourne Storm. Not next year, but at 27? After 27, essentially. What's happening there? That's the big concern there.
Yeah. No, that's completely fair. But and Bulldogs are premiership. That's just, the Eels are looking good. Like, they're shaping up really good.
True. I just think, though, like, the fact that Bulldogs Laundy had already publicly said we'll give you a pub.
I know.
I fucking think that's so funny, bro.
I love it.
I fucking love it. Like, because you know what? You just got this super rich dude that fucking loves it. And here, like, everyone looks to Serraldo and everyone looks to Gus Gould that turned the club around. I'll tell you who turned the club around. It was Laundy.
Yeah, the Laundy Group.
It was Laundy that turned the club around. He's the one with the influence, the connections, and the know-how to bring great people together to turn the club around.
Yeah.
And I hope, and I'm sure Bulldogs fans are aware of that. And granted, Serraldo deserves as much credit as he gets, for sure. So is Gus Gould. It was Laundy that put all this together.
Yeah.
And so I love the fact that he's that bullish and like, it's not legal in the rules or whatever, bro. You don't think other, backers of clubs aren't, talking of like, come on. So that's where I look at it and I go, listen, sign a 2-year deal, $600K or something. Yeah. And you just have a crack at winning a prem. Because the good thing about him going to the Dogs for him when it comes to legacy, they aren't close enough to a premiership yet where you can say, he just rocked up and
exactly.
they were going to win it. It will be, Tino came to the club, we won a premiership.
Tino came to the club and he was pretty much the reason we won the premiership.
Yeah. So I just think the Bulldogs are, and also it's a huge club, huge fan base.
Imagine how much he'd be loved by them
fans.
fans.
My God. And you got Critter and Tino in the same side. That's some good looking leaders, bro.
Yeah.
Good looking leaders. I think doggies. And also you also look at like third party stuff, like the money. And we know, look, obviously they got some Aussie fans, a lot of Aussie fans, but there's an ethnic base of the Bulldogs fans. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. They love cash. They love cash. You reckon there'll be blokes rocking up to Tino after games just going, that have nothing to do with the club. They just love cash that much. Bloody Moe down the road, he's going to come with a 10 grand bag. And they'll be like, mate, it's sweet. Don't worry about it. He's like, mate, you won a game. Here's 10 grand in a bag. Talk about cashies. Mate, the Doggies fans live on cash. Yeah. Mate, they're anti-crypto. Hate it. They're all cash. Actually, you know what? They're probably deep into crypto.
Yeah.
I don't know. It fits for me. Tino the Doggies fits.
It definitely fits.
He'd look good in the jersey. He's exactly what they need. Him and Leo Thompson, that's enough to get them to a premiership top tier. Maybe they have to take a bit of a hit in regards to not being able to recruit a huge fullback to the club because they get Tino. But the thing with Tino is like, if he signs just a 2-year deal and he earns $600K a year. Now, granted, the big concern is would the NRL prove it? I guess that's one question. But let's say they would, $700K a year. A, that's still so much fucking money, it's a joke. But B, he's already earned, over 5 years, he's earned, let's just say $6 million. And then he earns, for the next 2 years after that, he earns $1.2 million. So that's like $7.5 million. And then he can sign another big deal somewhere else where the salary cap would have gone up most likely for another $1 million. So really, instead of at the end of his career having earned $12 million, he's earned $10 million.
Yeah, and then throw in all origin payments and all that stuff.
And all third-party stuff and real estate he's probably really good with too. Like put on your calculator, guys, and obviously tax or whatever, but put on your calculator $1 million and then divide it by, you know what, I'm going to do it right now. Because I don't think, until you actually see the figure, I don't think you actually realize how much money this is. So $1 million divided by 12, bro, that's before tax, obviously, and the tax man, bloody, he'll get you. That's $83,000 a month.
No.
Bro, that's $21,000 before tax a week. Like, imagine you looked in your bank account and every week there was $15,000.
No. That'd be the best.
Like, I don't even know what I'd do. You know what I mean? Like, $15,000, bro. What? And so, like, yeah, it's not like he's going to have to, like, he's already earned a lot of money, put it that way. And also, if he signs a deal, anyway, so I reckon Doggies. Anyone else that stands out to you?
Nah, I like the Para one, but
Cowboys obviously would have the money. 27,
Yeah,
I assume, because Tamalolo's contract ends in, doesn't it? 27?
27, yep. Again, I don't think they're close to premiership.
Yep.
But I do know, well, I don't know, but I do think he's leaving the Titans.
What about this? Smith getting moved on. Henry getting moved on.
Oh, get it.
He takes 700 grand to go to the Panthers. Surely they're interested in him. Like, surely they're just asking the question, the Panthers, right now, especially where two of their front rowers saying, we're going to the market.
So, how would they afford him, though?
Well, Leota wouldn't be on huge cash.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a great fit, obviously, for
What do you
both
reckon
parties.
Leota's on? 500-600K?
Yeah. Well, he's won 4 grand finals. Maybe he's been upgraded.
I mean, he deserves it. Like,
Yeah.
he's another guy. If I'm Perth or PNG, I'm throwing 700-800K at him.
Because like, they might have given some of Fisher's money to him. I don't know.
And that's the thing. You bring him to the club on 700K, 750, and say, mate, you want to win Prems? We're going to do it.
If Tino went to the Panthers, it would be so unfair. But you know what? I actually take that back. They have been reamed more than anyone ever. So if they deserve a big signing, if anyone deserves a big signing, it's probably the Panthers.
And they have 2 front rowers that are open to the market. And both front rowers will still be there 26.
Yeah.
In 26. So,
far out.
What's the least you reckon the NRL would approve for Tino?
The first number that just came to my head was 600, but even that seems small.
I don't think they get away with 600. 750 is probably the lowest I reckon that they would allow.
750.
That's crazy that the lowest you can be paid is 750. Fucking hell, bro. Okay, some other people here. I think LeBlanc will stay for at least a year or 2 while Wayne's there.
Yeah.
Eisenhuth, good, solid front rower if you get him for the right price. Selle's an interesting one. He's struggled with injuries, but when he's on, he's good. Selle. Yeah. Morgan Smithies, I think he'll re-sign at the Raiders.
Yeah.
It'd just be a matter of can they get the right price. I think Jake Trbojevic will retire. Dylan Walker, I think he'll just extend year on year.
I think Jack Todd's a good one. I know he broke his hand 3 times this year.
Oh, Jack Todd, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they've got huge raps on him. If his body is good, mate, I'd be speaking to him, and even if his body is not good and the Bulldogs aren't going to re-sign him, I'd consider giving him like a minimum just to see how he went.
Definitely. Because
he's a good player. Yeah. He's a bloody good player. And then you got Hohepa Puru, who quite good. Sharkies, man. Was it the Raiders went to Sharkies, I'm pretty sure?
Puru, yeah, yep.
But anyway.
Is that, I might have forgotten hookers. I'll just quickly read them out. We didn't do hookers, did we?
No, we haven't done hookers.
So Jaden Barrell, Damien Cook, Lachlan Croker, Harry Grant, but he's about to resign. Tristan Hope, Freddie Lussick, Cam McInnes, Corey Pakes, Jake Simpkins, Sam
McInnes,
Verrills.
he's a bloody lock.
I know. Sam Verrills and Billy Walters.
Whose list is that? Did you copy off?
This is on zerotackle.com.
They had Cam McInnes's. Look, I've made worse mistakes. I'll put it that way. So, what I like about Zero Tackle is like they're an independent. I'm assuming they're independent, like just plugging away.
Yeah.
I just respect the shit out of that. You know how hard it would be, man?
Zero Tackle have helped me a lot over the years when it comes to finding shit.
You know how little they'd be getting paid for how much they actually information they provide to the audience? Like, honestly, I reckon most of their people that work for them is probably free.
Yeah. Because no other website is has a dedicated website, players off contract by position.
Nah. Pure, a lot of it would be for the passion of the game.
Sure.
Really, really would be. Everyone you spoke to there is all, pretty solid, but nothing. No
Pakes and Walters, I guess, are the ones.
Yeah, they were looking to extend Walters. Did his ACL?
They have to re-sign him, surely.
How old is Walters? He's a bit older.
28 or something.
Because they were about to. That's why they let people go.
Oh my god, he's 31.
Yeah.
Far out. Didn't realise.
Shit. Because they actually let people go to upgrade Walters. Reportedly, anyway. But by the time he's playing again, it's essentially be 2027.
Yeah. There's a Billy Walters. The first Billy Walters that comes up is a gambler that went to jail from Kentucky.
Look, I think they're probably going to bank on Blake Moser being ready for 27.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what's going to happen, which sucks for Billy Walters.
I wish he won the comp.
I know, far out. I'm glad. I'm pretty sure he got a ring. I'm pretty sure the whole squad gets a ring these days.
Yeah, I did read that.
That pisses me off. Could you imagine if I had a ring? How much more respected I'd be?
No.
No one believes my tackle pad story.
Would you have worn the ring on grand final week?
I wouldn't want to curse him.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd wear the ring to the captain's run.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's synergy, I was great at holding the pads. That sucks, man. Like I was just as much in a squad as these boys that got the fucking ring. Hadn't debuted yet. I was 18th man once. I'll never forget that year. Bro, this is how fresh I was to league then. I was playing for the Clydesdales.
Yeah.
And, gonna sound like a wanker, but I was going mad. Like playing like the best winger essentially in Queensland Cup. Or one of the best wingers. And this is how fresh I was to league. For 18th man earlier in the year, Wayne picked a guy that was in local league over me. You probably remember this story. And And he's a legend of a bloke. It's Gideon Mazembe. And he's a good player too. Played a lot of Q Cup.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever ended up debuting, but he's a bloody good player. And I remember going to my car and crying, just going, how does that make sense? Like, is this the first time in history a player hasn't been brought in as 18th, 19th man, and the player that he's already getting selected over in Q Cup and reserve grade gets selected in first grade over him?
Yeah, it sounds absurd, doesn't it?
It's like, but it's just something you had to cop. I was so devastated because, like, now like, looking back, I get it, but at the time, I was like, well, I know I'm fresh to rugby league, but then why am I getting selected in Q? If I'm not better, why am I getting selected in Q Cup? But yeah, what I am glad is like Gideon's a legend. I'm super glad that he got to experience that 18th man like role.
Yeah.
Because we were really, really good mates. Really good mates, Gideon.
Nice.
Legend of a guy. But yeah, I'll never forget that. I can still picture in my mind sitting in my Honda Civic, purple/blue. I paid half my first contract, $4,000, and my parents paid the other half, $4,000. So it was an eight grand car. So I thought I was killing it, but it was a fucking shit box. And I remember just sitting in my car in the car park of the Broncos, looking out towards where like the river is, and just crying, going, "What the hell's going on?" Thinking like my whole world's over. Anyway, who gives a shit? That is us, done and dusted. As usual, grab your grumpy coffee, guys. Make sure to sign up to Lontel Internet, the best in the business, guys. Seriously, if you've currently got internet, I'll promise you, Lontel is better. At least in my opinion. It really is. Like you will be blown away by the customer service, the quality of the service, even like little things. Like sometimes when your internet goes out with other people, you're just like, what's going on with my internet? I literally, like it's out for 6 hours and you're just, oh yeah, no worries. I'll just wait till it's back on. With Lontel, they'll email you before the works even happens and they'll call you and say, internet's going to be out if you need anything. Like that's how good they are. Lontel.net.au/bloke. That's like that. We'll go fuck ourselves.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.